Are you ready?
Yep. 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 Yep.
Are you talking in reverse?
Yep.
Doing that bit for doing a lot of that bit. Doing a lot of a bad bit. We in.
You just cast a spell on me?
Maybe.
What was that?
I put a spell on you.
You just pointed at me really fast.
I was trying to trick you with
I feel
the
like
countdown.
it's the only way that you can cast a spell, you know? Like this,
Pointing?
like visually, like if you want to capture it on camera, like that you have to do some type of swish and flick, right?
You need to have somatic components to your spell, is what you're saying?
Did I ever talk to you about how like a half NBA, half Harry Potter podcast, like Swish and Flick would be the best
Yes, we've talked about that.
podcast?
It'd be a great name.
Yeah.
Be a weirdly niche podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically what this podcast is, but it'd be a good name. So it's Pokemon week, dog.
What does that mean?
Well, literally, what is today? Today's the 3rd. The 27th was Pokemon Day. It's like a thing.
Oh,
Yeah. I think
National
it's the. I think
Pokemon
it's
Day?
the. No, I think. Well, yeah, sure, but I think it's the anniversary of when the first game came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
But in celebration of Pokemon Day, it was Pokemon Week. First day, we got that new Detective Pikachu trailer. Bruh. I don't know what you thought about it, but I am now 1,000% excited for this movie. And I was so skeptical. I was like overly skeptical about liking it or not.
right.
Because I'm just so afraid of it being bad. But now I'm really excited.
I find it absolutely adorable how this movie has grown on you so well.
Oh, yeah?
You know?
Yeah.
Like, because like you were so skeptical at first and you know, like
I was so mad about the
reasons-
concept.
that's one of the reasons why I like having you around is because you're so anti me, you know? So like when I see
I'm
you
way more
being
optimistic than you.
when I see you being cynical, I'm like, man,
Yeah.
come on, dude. You're supposed to be the best of us. You're supposed to bring balance to the force here, dude.
I mean, listen, I was just really mad about the concept. I'm still, fog those glasses up. Dang.
This coffee's hot as shit.
I'm still in this weird place where I'm like, I'd rather just see an adventure movie, but there's things in the trailer that make it look like it's going to simultaneously be an adventure movie.
Do you feel like this could also be a precipice to that, though? You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like
They're going to make a whole universe.
To...
They already announced a sequel. They were like, yeah, we're making a sequel already.
Nice.
Yeah, they're all in. And I would have zero surprise if they made like spin-off. Like there's a girl in the trailer who looks like she's like an actual Pokemon. She's the one with the Psyduck all the time. Mm-hmm. I think she's like a straight up trainer. And I
hope that it's not like Detective Pikachu X, you know, like I hope that it's not just a detective. Like if they make like a
a Detective Pikachu universe would be kind of weird when you could just make a Pokemon universe. And then like you can still include Ryan Reynolds Pikachu could be around.
Ryan Reynolds Pikachu or the who's the actor? Who's
Justice Smith?
Justice Smith, yeah.
I mean,
guy from
if I were to just guess right now,
Get Down.
I'm going to guess by the end of the movie, he's going to want to be a Pokemon trainer. And that Detective Pikachu will be his Pokemon.
Did he want to and then stop?
That's what it made. He said it made it seem like he tried and failed, and then got an office job at a police station or something.
Does he have like? Is the world of this Detective Pikachu is like being a trainer kind of like it doesn't happen that much?
I don't know, because he's got like posters in his room from like Pokemon tournaments that like we would have like. Sports games we went to or something. Like if you had a UFC poster in your room from an event or something.
But it would be interesting if they had like if Pokemon trainers were like Jedi, you know, like
I doubt it'll be like that. Right. That would be weird. I think it's more going to be having a Pokemon is really common, but being a really good trainer will be hard to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, there's just so much potential to the universe, and I hope this movie's really good, and I'm hyped. I'm super hyped for it now. You see what part 2 of Pokemon Week was? They dropped the trailer for the new game.
Oh, no.
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I mean,
to
I guess I did hear about
to
this,
be
but
released on the Switch. The first new generation game released on the Switch. Because they released Let's Go Pokemon Eevee and Pikachu, but people kind of fucking hate them. and they're like, "This is a baby game. Why did you make a baby game?"
Mm-hmm.
But this game is like actually in the
Canon?
canon is the wrong word, but yes,
In the franchise?
yeah, the franchise. It's not just like a weird. It's almost like Let's Go was this weird like let's figure out the technology and let's see where we can push things. And it was like it's weirdly tied to Pokemon Go, which is don't do that with your main
It's
franchise.
like Fable
games.
Journey.
Is that an insult?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, then yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it was called Fable Journey. They made a Fable game, like after 3 came out, I think, but it was like exclusively for the Kinect, and it was just kind of
For the Kinect.
Yeah.
So you had to do like weird
Yeah.
movements and shit. Oh my god, that would suck. You ever try to play like Madden on the Wii or anything?
No.
It ain't good. But here's the new starters, dog. If you haven't seen them, who you picking?
Hold on. So you got.
So he's looking at a little
Leafy Monkey,
He's got Leafy Monkey. His name's Grookey.
Fire Bunny,
Fire Bunny. His name's Score Bunny.
and looks like another
That's
toad kind of looking thing.
He's a little like
Teardrop
newt
toad.
or something. His name's Sobble, I think, something like that. Jamie's gonna get mad at me. That's his favorite.
That's his favorite.
Yeah, he said he'd die for him.
Really? I
Said-
kind of like
he said-
Fire Bunny.
He said that's my son, and I would die for him.
I kind of like Fire Bunny.
I'm not that. That's my least favorite.
Why?
Because the strong rumor is that his evolution line is soccer themed. I was like, that's stupid.
Soccer theme.
So the new region is called Galar, I think, and it's based on the UK. So the rumor is that the different evolution lines are connected to things that are important in the UK. So soccer for the bunny. People think that the water boy is going to become like the Loch Ness monster, and then the monkey Grookey. There's a great little fan theory about how he's a drummer, and his name is Groove Monkey. Because in the little animation, he's like tapping his little stick on a rock like he's drumming, and it's real cute. And people are like, "Yo, he's gonna evolve into a Pokemon named O-ringo-tan for Ringo Starr."
That's fucking ridiculous.
But that's the shit that Pokemon does. They do pun names and shit. But he can be like music themed or some shit.
I like the Fire Bunny because it seems like the most original. Out of those 3, it seems like the most original starter.
Can I hit you with a bomb?
What's up?
Well, I mean, there's been other bunny Pokemon. That's
Has
not
there
the bomb.
ever been any
bunny
bunny
starter?
starters?
No, not
Any
no.
fire bunny?
There's been
starters?
a monkey starter. There's never been a newt, but there's been weird lizards and snakes.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that the fire starters have all? You got to stop fogging up those glasses. You're gonna make me
I like
lose
it, dude.
It's funny. All of the fire starters, still from now into Gen 8, all come from one of the Chinese zodiacs, and they've stuck to that. Are you trying to figure them out in your head as you go?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Charmander's the dragon.
I don't know.
Charmander's the dragon. Cyndaquil's the rat, which rip. I love Cyndaquil, but rat sucks. He's a rat.
Chimchar's monkey.
Dude, you're skipping, dog. Torchic is the chicken. Chimchar's the monkey. Fennekin is fox. I think it's either fox or wolf. I think they both might be on there, but fox is on there. What was that? 5? Who was 6?
I can't believe you forgetting the 6th one.
Yeah, I can't believe it. 6 and 7 off the top of my head, I can't remember, and I'm mad at myself for it.
Well,
No, I skipped one. 5 is Tepig. He's the pig. 6 is Fennekin. Fox. 7 was, what was the one in Alola? Who was the fire boy? The kitten. He's a cat. Cat is Zodiac. And now this one, obviously, is a rabbit. Zodiac. All 8.
Are they going to stop at 12?
I don't know. Probably not, because Pokemon makes oodles and oodles of money.
Yo, give me that fire bull, dude. When are they going to get to that?
I don't know. Is Bull one of them?
Yeah, I'm almost
That'll be
positive.
super cool. That's exciting.
I might be straight wrong. I don't know.
You might be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I kind of want to look. What is left?
Actually,
Are they
no.
going to have to make like a really weird one?
Actually, no. The 12th zodiac sign is a chandelier. They should make another chandelier Pokemon.
Nope, that's not true. And also, they should not do that. Let's see. They haven't done dog yet.
Look, Sia loves that Pokemon.
They haven't done dog yet. They haven't done goat. Who's going to be the goat? They haven't done
LeBron.
horse.
It's just a picture
It's
of
just
LeBron.
LeBron. They haven't done horse. Okay, wait. If you did goat though, like, would it be like someone evolves into LeBron and he evolves into MJ, or vice versa? I don't know, man.
I feel like
Depends on if LeBron makes the playoffs this year.
That'd be so.
They haven't done horse yet. They haven't done snake for the fire types yet. Tiger is the one. Ox is on there. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, you said bull.
So Chinese zodiac goes by year though, right? Like whatever year you're born in.
Yeah, it's the year of whatever.
Yeah, the year of the monkey.
Yeah, what is this year?
I'm pretty sure I'm the year of the monkey.
Dude, it's the year of the pig right now. You're
Right
92.
now?
You're 92, right?
Yeah.
You are the. Where are you? 92. Yeah, you're the monkey. Dude, I hate mine. I'm a fucking rooster. It's so, it's so stupid. I don't want to be rooster.
Get roosted.
I remember being really jealous of my brother Blake because he was born in 2000 and it was the year of the dragon. And I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's why he's so freaking hot, dude.
Freaking cool, man. Get the year of the dragon. I gotta be a rooster.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Not cool, man. But yeah, dude, Pokemon Week, it's hype.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for this stuff. I just made you watch some trailers so we could catch up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, you like the new Pokemon trailer, right? You still like you want to see it and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I let you talk about it or if I just.
Are you Detective
it's Sobble.
Pikachu.
Sobble. I don't know if I got the name right.
S-A-B-L-E?
S-O-B-B-L-E. That's the water starter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, okay. So Detective Pikachu, not the.
Yeah. I'm talking about Detective Pikachu.
Okay, Detective Pikachu.
I'm gonna have to buy a Switch so we can get that game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It seems
like it looks like
it's
a
gonna
lot
be
of
super
fun.
fun. Yeah.
There's some good bits too in the trailer, like the Mr. Mime bit. They keep showing more of it.
Yeah.
How much is there to the
probably gonna be a
Mr.
lot.
Mime bit?
There's probably gonna be a
That's
lot.
good.
They probably realized, like, as they were doing it, they were like, "This is pretty funny.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a lot of this," and they probably cut a lot up.
Yeah, probably that's true because you can just keep. Do you think they mocapped Mr. Mime?
That'd be cool.
He's so creepy looking.
They probably mocapped a lot, right?
Probably. I would imagine if they mocapped Rocket Raccoon, they had to mocap Pikachu. Detective Pikachu.
Could you imagine Justice Smith being in the same room as Ryan Reynolds and having to pretend that Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu?
I don't think he would have done it. I think it would have been a what's James Gunn's brother's name? Sean Gunn. It would have been a Sean Gunn situation. Somebody else would have been Pikachu's body, and Ryan Reynolds would have provided the voice, like Sean Gunn provides Rocket Raccoon's body, and Bradley Cooper provides the voice. Yeah, yeah. And Sean Gunn is also in the movie.
It's kind of weak though.
There's no footage. Like, have you seen like Benedict Cumberbatch when he played Smaug, and he's like crawling around being weird? Like that'd be funny if that existed for Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. Yeah. That would be cool.
Well, and sometimes like it makes you realize like how good of an actor is. Like Andy Serkis is like the number one.
He's the
example
king
for it.
Dude. He's incredible.
Yeah.
Go watch the Planet of the Apes trilogy if you haven't.
Because
or obviously Lord of the Rings, but
or specifically behind the scenes shit, like of him being in the same room as like James Franco and him acting like a monkey.
Yeah.
And James
because he
Franco
was
like,
in
Yo, this
Oz,
is...
right?
Huh?
That was Oz or whatever that movie was called.
What? No.
The Great and the Powerful.
What? No, dude. James Franco.
Oh, in the first Planet of the Apes movie.
Apes.
That's right. I forgot he was in that. Jeez.
Yeah, man.
The rotating cast of every movie.
Yeah.
Except Andy Serkis.
Mm-hmm.
So we just watched the Dark Phoenix trailer, which I don't know if you know that or remember this. In our very first episode, we talked about Dark Phoenix.
That was the first episode,
yeah.
Huh?
And because that trailer had come out that week.
And this is episode
teaser.
21.
21, yeah, dude.
How far we've come.
We just keep doing the same shit.
You know, we've over the course of this 3-4 months, we've grown over thousands of followers, man.
5 months.
Yeah. Literally hundreds of thousands of followers. It's
Millions.
great, man. It's been great.
Millions.
Like
when I walk down the street,
Mm-hmm.
If I go walk to Chick-fil-A a couple blocks down, people are stopping me constantly.
Do you get accosted? I
get accosted. They they do that thing where celebrities talk about where they run up and they just like take a selfie with you and run away.
Yeah, and then the fucking
rough,
the
man.
Rotsies, all the Rotsies out here, man.
Dog. Yeah, yo, I'm doing the Daniel Radcliffe trick. You know the Daniel Radcliffe trick. I learned it from him.
Walk around naked?
No, only on stage.
Okay,
only on stage for that one. No, Daniel Radcliffe did a thing when he lived in New York City because he was doing that play. And the paparazzi were always trying to get him, right? Because he's Daniel Radcliffe. Mm-hmm. So what he did was whenever he would leave the theater and come into the theater, he wore the exact same outfit. He wore like just jeans and a hoodie. And he wore the same clothes every time he went in and out of the theater because then they can't use the same picture. Because if the picture looks like it's from like, you know, whenever they took the first one, it doesn't count at all. There's no, like they could be like, oh, you're lying about when you took this or something like that. So he was just like, yeah, I just wore the same like hoodie and jeans every day in and out of the movie theater.
Interesting.
It's genius. I'm gonna start. I'm
yeah.
doing it now to deal with our paparazzi. Problem.
Right? Yeah. It's not because you're lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way to go, dude.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Anyway, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be talking about.
Sure. No, it's our show. We talk about whatever we want.
So after I first watched the Dark Phoenix trailer, I was
the teaser?
I was really hyped for it. Like now it's like kind of like it's plateaued. I wouldn't say it's gone down, but
I feel like the number one thing that I learned from this trailer is that Jen Law was like, "Get me the fuck out of this life." And they killed her early. You can tell from the trailer. They're going to kill her early.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She was like, I'm done with this makeup and this blue. I'm done with it. Get me out of here.
Do they still have to go through like 6 hours of fucking makeup in order to do that shit?
I don't know how much they do with CG or not. But I feel like Beast definitely looks more practical than Mystique does.
Yeah.
But even then, like, stop. I'm so excited for Marvel to get a hold of them. Like, I don't think Marvel will cut corners the way it seems like Fox always has, with the way that Nicholas Hoult,
I think,
mostly just looks like Nicholas Hoult and not Beast. He should always look like that, dude. Kelsey Grammer did it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Maybe.
Kelsey Grammer wore the full prosthetics and a tweed suit.
Yeah.
Straight up Hank McCoy did.
Tweed. Yeah, that keeps the heat in.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Straight up. Went full Hank McCoy. I respect
For
that.
sure.
They don't do it with Nicholas Hoult.
It's pretty cool. I think the most impressive makeup work though is how they make Patrick Stewart look like James McAvoy. That's insane, dude.
You mean? So you're saying that? Okay, I get. It was a joke. First, I was like, "You mean the other way around?" Because he doesn't like look that much like him. And then I got the joke. He's fucking yoked. He's too jacked to be Professor Xavier.
Yeah, dude. He's like
it's because of freaking Split. I bet
he's like fucking swole Bomba, dude. Can't fucking move his legs, but
because he gets so big to play that dude in Split. So it carries over to this role. He's still big, and like they're not even trying to hide it either. Like they could hide it. His
ego that's super big in Split is named the Beast.
The Beast, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's interesting because he's not the Beast in this movie. Nicholas Hoult is. They could hide it if they wanted to. They could put him in a suit, Patrick Stewart style, but they don't. They put him in like a skin tight turtleneck to show it off. Interesting. You think that like Charles Xavier just does pull-ups all day? Just like does rows, just workouts that don't involve his legs or lower body at all? Actually, rowing would be hard. No, you could do it.
Rowing?
Yeah, you could definitely row. Like you couldn't do like big weight with like just doing like back rows, but
shouldn't he also be able to move his legs if he can like move stuff with his brain?
He probably could.
Like couldn't he just like kind of like put nooses around his legs and kind of mental nooses?
He would have to be holding up his whole body with his mind. Who knows? I mean, he probably could.
Why?
He probably could. He's like the most powerful telepath and telekinetic in the universe.
Like, wouldn't that be like your first thing that you would do as Charles Xavier?
I don't know, man. Maybe he just
learn how to walk with your mind
maybe
powers?
It's just annoying to have to do it all the time. I don't know. Maybe he just likes sitting in a wheelchair.
Is his chair like electrically operated?
Sure. Maybe it's brain operated. I don't know. He just rolls it around with his brain.
I mean, you should be able to just,
He probably could. He probably could. Now the X-Men make no sense. Our boy Ty Sheridan's in that movie. I hope he gets to do stuff, unlike the last time he was Cyclops. It seems like he will. He looks good as Cyclops, I think. With the visor on, like he really looks like Scott Summers.
I'd be down
to me.
for like a... Yeah, I would hope that he gets more play
He's a
in
really
this
good
movie.
actor.
Well, he's a really good actor, but like, hey, like the previous X-Men movies are so Wolverine focused,
Yeah.
and
now he
Cyclops
gone.
was like, huh?
Now he gone.
Now he gone. But like Cyclops was always the front guy for X-Men for a while in the comics, right? He's the main character.
Not only in the comics, in like every X-Men animated show that's ever existed, Scott Summers is the leader. Scott's actually like the X-Men comics get weird. There's so many of them, and they've been around for so long that there's like points in history where Scott Summers is like the most evil dude in the world. He's an asshole.
Right.
But in the stuff that like I grew up with, like X-Men Evolution and the 90s X-Men, 90s X-Men, Cyclops is the leader. He's dope.
So yeah, like why not? And plus, the
I think he will
relationship
be.
between him and
yeah, obviously the relationship with him and Jean Grey.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of
I hope
people-
it's not another apocalypse.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might just kind of. I don't know if they put as much work in as they should or would if they knew they weren't losing the X-Men. I don't even think New Mutants is ever going to come out.
So you've enjoyed the this iteration of X-Men with like the younger characters and stuff, right?
It's
for the
been
most part
pretty good for the most part. Apocalypse wasn't great. First Class was good.
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past is awesome. That movie's great. I like the cast. I feel like a lot of people are skeptical about Sophie Turner. I guess there's like this weird thing that people just think she's a shitty actress. I feel like it is her and Emilia Clarke get it, both from Game of Thrones, where people like think they're bad actresses because they're so they're like very one note in their characters on the show. Like they're always in that sort of same vein. Especially Daenerys. She's always like top bitch mode, you know what I mean? Yeah, I haven't really seen Sophie Turner in anything else outside of the last X-Men movie.
I was getting like kind of annoyed with the one note, like, oh, this person, X person.
It's like talking about Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart's a great actress.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
and I think that,
but that meme still exists of the emotions.
True.
Like, yeah.
But we've talked about that before, right? About like the palatability of character and how like you need to. That usually with bigger movies, something like Twilight, something that's like supposed to be hitting like all of the demographics and stuff and going to be pitched out to a huge audience. You don't want someone like Daniel Day-Lewis. You want someone that's going to be more reserved and more
someone that everyone can relate themselves to.
Yeah, exactly. It's the extension of your identity.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't say that that's why that happens.
Like when you watch
Game of Thrones, though,
when you watch There Will Be Blood, like you're not like, oh, I am Daniel Plainview. You're like,
he is.
Yeah, like he is so fascinating.
He is Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that's why they're like that in Game of Thrones necessarily, though. Because a lot of them are kind of like Kit Harington is pretty one note in Game of Thrones. He sometimes shows a little bit of levity, but most of the time he's just brooding. Emilia Clarke is pretty one note. Sophie Turner is for the most part pretty one note, except for it's like she's either just like kind of reserved or just very upset because her life sucks so much. Arya's more dynamic as a character in terms of up and down. I feel like a little bit. A lot of people in Game of Thrones.
She's also kind of nuts, though.
Yeah. A lot of people in Game of Thrones are reserved, though. It's just like a shitty world they live in.
Well, like, specifically with Sansa, like, I mean, the fucking Starks are stoics. Like,
yeah,
they're supposed to
Same
to be reserved.
Yeah, Kit Harington. Yeah. They just all are like, well, Sean Bean was like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is like that. Yeah. Dude, we're close to Game of Thrones coming back. We're like a month and a half away. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I'm hyped.
We're going to do a Game of Thrones episode, right?
For sure. It's just a matter of do you want to do it before or after?
No, we have to do it after, and then we'll talk about all of what is Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So that will be months away, but
yeah,
for sure we'll do that. We also watched the new Hellboy trailer, the Red Band trailer. Don't watch the lame Green Band trailer. They say fuck in this one. And they show a lot of blood.
I don't even think I noticed it. Did you notice it? I did.
Cursing?
Yeah.
Yes?
I don't know. Like,
I heard them say it.
But like, I don't, when I see like a Red Band trailer or anything, like the only thing that like will like throw me off is if there's like titties, if there's something really weird that I'm not
People
used
are
to
naked.
seeing
You
in
got
a
some,
trailer.
you got some penises in it or something?
Yeah. Especially penises. Like that's like, I read in a book once, right? It was comparing movies and film, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like what are the kind of things you see in movies and what are the kind of things you see in film? And they said in movies you'll see titties, in films you see dick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that how they worded it?
I mean, it was a pretty funny
book. Or did they say
so.
Breast and genitalia?
Nah, that was a pretty funny book, so they probably said.
Okay, cool. What do you think about Hellboy?
Okay. There's a lot of things. I'll start it off this way. That song, right?
Which one? Smoke on the Water?
So they repurpose Smoke on the Water, and there's like synths in it and shit like that.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, like it's like a pretty interesting version of Smoke on the Water.
Smoke on the Water.
But like Smoke on the Water, that riff is like the most like overplayed riff of all time, right? That bum 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 bum. Like fucking that's whenever you get a guitar, like that's the first riff that you learn. Like everybody's like, oh yeah, I could play Smoke on the Water.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool riff. It's a cool riff. But it is overplayed. By definition, it's overplayed. But it was cool. Like it was fun, right? I feel like
it's a very fun.
I feel like
they're
that
going
song
out of their way to be fun.
I feel like that song is the perfect the encapsulation of how I feel about Hellboy, right? Like you have
Hellboy as a property or as
Hellboy,
this version that you will see
this
coming?
version
Okay.
of Hellboy, the David Harbour Hellboy, right? Like
You mean America's Dad?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like something that's really fun, like something that I'm going to enjoy, like like a fresh take on something that like I've already seen. But altogether, like it's not going to blow me away.
Not tread new ground.
Yeah, it's not going to tread new ground, and it's not going to blow me away in probably the way that the original work did. This like I don't know how to like articulate this, but it's like
it's gonna be bananas, dude. There's some crazy stuff in that trailer. He's fighting a giant with like some massive sword thing. Does
the CGI bother you in this movie?
I'm not gonna make a call on the CG until the movie's out.
Okay,
it's probably not even done.
Yeah, the trailer CGI doesn't.
You can tell it's CG like heavily.
Well, it's just and it doesn't look good.
The stuff with there's some shots that look really good. Him coming out of that bath thing with like the fire crown looks good.
Looks alright.
But some of the creatures like you can really tell are CG and stuff. The dude changing into a leopard. He's some kind of lycanthrope.
Some kind of
He's a were something. Were jaguar.
Were leopard.
Were hyena.
No, he's not a hyena.
Were high leopard.
Dog, if he was a fucking were hyena, I'd be so upset.
Why?
Because there's a were hyena in Lunatic Fringe.
Yeah.
And I've never seen one before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like they
obviously exist out there in the world. I'm not the only person that's thought of a were hyena before. But like
it's not like a thing.
Yeah.
Like werewolves are a thing.
Anyways, the Guillermo del Toro Hellboys are so like you could tell that there's like mastery at work. You know, like there's someone behind the camera that's involved with this, like that is just everything in this movie is exactly how Guillermo del Toro depicted it or was thinking about it in his head. You know what I mean? Like the translatability
and there's like
from
fascinating creature design, which is something Guillermo del Toro excels at and stuff like that.
And it's interesting, like this Hellboy is going to expose him. It's going to show like the tonalities that Guillermo del Toro like has. Like if you've seen a lot of Guillermo del Toro work, like the affinity for like mythos and like it's almost like all of his movies are like set in a fairy tale kind of world. Like they're almost like ripped out of a leather bound history book, that was like written fucking from prehistory or something. And there's fucking, like it's just like a cinematic version of a fucking RuneScape or something. That's how I feel whenever I watch a Guillermo del Toro movie.
It's imaginative.
Well, but it's not just imaginative. Like, how like there's certain things that like can be like this Hellboy like it's obviously very fun and creative and exists in a fantasy world. And all of the elements are there, but it's more punk rock than it is.
That's what they're going for though. That's like that. That's how they're marketing it. That's what they want you to think about it.
Which I'm cool with. Like, do something different. You don't have to.
Like this, the tagline on this poster is literally "Give evil hell."
What?
Yeah. All right, I got two more things of movies to tell you. I don't know if you saw these news. You see, Will Smith is leaving Suicide Squad 2.
Oh my god! What?
It's like, hey, we got a capable director.
Huh?
I'm out of here. I don't want to shit on David Ayer like that. That was too harsh. David Ayer's made some really good stuff, but Suicide Squad is not good. But they got James Gunn for the sequel, and now apparently Will Smith is like, nah, dog.
Wait, hold on. So you think that he left because
No, I don't
they
think that's
got
why.
James
It's
Gunn?
just funny. It's like the meme is that a proven director that they like should be really good at making this kind of movie comes on, and that Will Smith is like, no, I'm out of here. It's just silly.
Yeah.
I gotta go be the genie.
I'd be kind of sad if James Gunn can't make a good Suicide Squad movie.
I'm just sad he's not making Guardians 3.
Yeah, I agree.
I hold out hope that they'll bring him back because it's, they're not working on it yet. So, and they're apparently still going to use his script. Come on, Disney. No one cares. Come on. You make so much money.
I wouldn't say no one cares. It's an overgeneralization.
80% of people don't care. 10% of people don't know. 5% of people don't care even more than the other 80% of people. Just made up those numbers. I don't know what's going on. What I mean is, in the grand scheme of things, let James Gunn direct Guardians 3.
Agreed.
Yeah. You like Edge of Tomorrow?
Never seen it.
You never saw it?
I've never seen Edge of Tomorrow.
It's so good.
Yeah?
Well, they're making a sequel.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, Doug Liman, the guy who directed it, the first one, said that it's going to revolutionize how people make sequels. It's going to be much better than the original, and that it's a sequel that's a prequel. Which, I mean, you know that there's like time hopping involved. I would assume you know that because it's in the trailer. It's not a spoiler. So, I mean, the sequel being a prequel thing is kind of like, are you going to mess around with time stuff more? Are you literally going to make a prequel? Who knows what they're going to do? Can't really talk about it much, though, if you haven't seen the first one.
Nope.
You should definitely see it.
Yeah.
It's
just one of those
awesome.
Movies I haven't gotten
That
around
movie
to yet.
was horribly marketed when it came out. It looked horrible.
Because like they pitched it as like an action.
It just
movie,
looked like
right?
a bad generic action movie from the trailers.
Which it's not. It's like
No,
pretty
it's-
clever and has
yeah.
like a dark humor to
dark
it.
humor to it. It's a top-notch Tom Cruise performance, and Emily Blunt kills it. Emily Blunt will whoop your ass in multiple movies, I feel like. You know, she was almost Black Widow.
What?
She was almost Black Widow. And then she was like, no, I can't be that because I have to be in Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black. I mean,
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
I guess.
it's kind of weird to me that like she was almost Black Widow and John Krasinski was almost Captain America.
I know that you said John Krasinski, and I don't know why my brain went here. I thought like in my head that like Jack Black was almost Captain America.
That too. That too.
Give me that movie, dude. Yep. Fucking Jack Black is Captain America. Michael Cera is Spider-Man. Let's do it.
That's not weird enough.
That's not weird enough?
Because like Michael Cera, if we're being honest, Michael Cera could play Peter Parker. In terms of what Peter's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's not
like,
it's not ridiculous. Like you need him to play like Wolverine. Or the Punisher. Or Spawn.
Spawn, I feel people get mad at Spawn.
Yeah, probably.
It's a black character.
I mean, he already played Shaft.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't already play Shaft.
Yes, he did.
In our imagination. In the imagination of Donald Glover? Is that what?
Yeah. Is that from his stand-up or is that from Community? I don't even remember.
No, it's from his stand-up.
Okay.
It's from stand-up.
Yeah. Weirdo?
Maybe.
I think it's Weirdo. You see anything this week?
Movie
You watched a movie in school, you said, but it wasn't like...
no, it was called The Lookout. It was
Yeah,
a
it's
Joseph
like-
Gordon-Levitt movie.
Yeah.
Who else was in it? Son of a bitch. I forgot who else was in it. But it was, about him having like mental issues. Like he got into a car accident and couldn't figure out his way through life. And it was for my intro to screenwriting class. It made no sense. I was like, why am I watching this movie for my screenwriting class? It made sense like after the fact, like after the movie was like had already been digested, and like I was like, oh okay, like this teacher just really likes certain things, I think, about
And this
movies.
movie has those things.
This movie has those things, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was just a lot of setups and payoffs. And I
Yeah.
think that my teacher just really liked that about it.
Yeah. A good example of a set-off and payoff. Setup.
I'll give you a second.
Setup and payoff.
There you go.
Is that like Emily Blunt stepping on the nail?
Yeah, that would be the payoff, right? Like you the nail.
Just like a shitty payoff.
Something got caught on the nail, right? And then
Yeah.
as she like yanked it up, it fucking
Yeah.
like.
And then they show it like multiple times sticking out of the stair. And you're like, yo, somebody's going to step on that nail. It grosses me out thinking about that. Did I see anything? I finished Umbrella Academy finally. It's very good.
What was that shit that you said?
Yeah, it's... So I was going to bring that up. The comic that Umbrella Academy is based off of, Umbrella Academy, is written by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
once you think about it.
Yep. It's like the art from Black Parade could have been a character in this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't seen it, and it's not a spoiler episode, so like some of the crazy shit I can't like talk about.
Right.
Some crazy stuff that goes down though. Or you haven't seen all of it. You've seen like
Do they lose their
random
umbrellas?
chunks of it. They don't ever use a single umbrella, dude. None of the main characters, at least. There are random umbrellas around. And they always find like a kind of weird way at the beginning of episodes to put the Umbrella Academy up. And they just try to, they're like somebody will literally like have an umbrella and the wind blows it open or something. And they'll put the Umbrella Academy on. Like just weird little things like that.
I've been waiting for a really good umbrella TV show.
You're just really passionate about umbrellas?
Love it, man. So umbrellas are like one of my favorite things.
Because...
Huh?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
They protect you from the rain.
From the rain? Dude, I
From
walked
the-
to
from the
Target in the rain
elements?
yesterday. It's a poor decision.
What?
I walked to Target in the rain, but it wasn't raining super hard when I walked there. So I was like, it's fine. I put a hoodie on, walked. It's fine. But then I bought some stuff at Target, and I bought like a little drawer thing to put some books in. But it was like wooden. And I was leaving, I was like, it was raining way harder than when I walked over. And I was like, dang it. I had to do some weird nonsense to like cover it all up with my jacket. And I looked like a weirdo walking around. Whatever.
You know what's kind of funny, dude? Like like things that have gone full circle in my life. Like, so I used to like always kind of judge like the people that were like kind of obsessed with Target. You know, like
Target's a good place. Dog.
Well, like this specific.
You mean like the teachers of America?
Like the knickknacks at Target. You know,
Oh,
like the
people
stuff
love that
you
shit.
get, like
when you walk in and they have
for
the little
home improvement and
dollar
stuff.
section or whatever.
Well, like just anything to
okay.
improve the look of your home or
Yeah.
fucking apartment or whatever, right? I was always like why the fuck are people spending so much money on this? Like, this is
And
kind
now
of
you're, like,
ridiculous,
doing it?
right? Well, but like now that like I want my place to look nicer, I'm like, man, like I went to fucking Target the other day and bought a bunch of fucking shit.
You don't have to impress me, dude.
I'm trying to impress myself. You know what I mean? I'm trying to treat
That's
myself.
good.
I think it's
Treat yourself.
yeah, I think that it's a good step to being happy. You know, like you make sure that you do your laundry. Make sure that you know make sure that you fucking I don't know, eat a salad once in a while.
I feel like
care for yourself.
I feel like do your laundry falls below that line. You should just do your laundry.
I meant like fold your clothes.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Because you
The
can do your
full
laundry.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do your laundry and then just leave them around. I do that
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Fucking
Sometimes
like,
I just
put
really
shit up on
don't
the
wanna fold my
hangers, You know,
clothes.
like make sure your
Yeah.
room is organized. I'll never make my bed though.
No,
I just
making your bed is stupid.
I disagree with
it's
it
stupid.
just in a philosophical sense.
Yeah, I agree with
people
you.
have told me before that that making your bed leads to you sleeping better for some reason.
Nah, no way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say
No way.
even if it does, I don't care.
I used to argue with my mom when I was
Give me the
younger about
stats.
making my bed.
I don't agree with them.
Like, my mom would be like, you know, clean your room or whatever. And I'd be like, all right, I'll clean my room. I'll clean my room, but I wouldn't make my bed. She'd be like, you didn't finish. I'd be like, I'm not making my bed, Mom. I'm not doing it. It's why would I make my bed just to mess it up again in a few hours?
I always say this. I say it's like tying your shoes after you take them off.
Who would do that?
Right? Exactly.
That'd be crazy.
Fucking stupid.
Yo, I want to meet someone that does that.
Everyone that makes their bed is freaking stupid. I don't want to say
You're
fucking
going-
stupid because it was like too
going a
across the
little-
line.
You're going a little too far.
Yeah, a little much.
It's just dumb. Not stupid. It's just dumb. You as a person aren't stupid. It's just a stupid thing to do. You talk about sports?
Damn.
What?
Damn.
Are you saying yeah?
I said damn.
Why'd you say damn?
I want to go through a whole episode without talking about sports.
We
went 42 minutes though.
Listen,
that's
dude,
good.
I have a bunch of sports things that I don't think that you're going to be ready for. Except the first one. We're going to talk about the fights from last night. I don't know why you thought we wouldn't talk about
Obviously,
that.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to commit to not talking about sports on the episode. It's just like a lot of times when I'm like think about our main episode content and shit like that, I'll want it to not be a trailer recap, and then we talk about the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat.
Who both beat the Warriors this week.
I want it to simulate like just a normal conversation.
You mean like what we're doing right now?
Yeah, but it's tough because we're us and we spend so much time together already that it's hard to not have a structured
you
conversation.
sleep over there and I sleep over there. It's hard to it's kind of like we're both busier now though, like because
True.
you have school going and I'm finally working again, and
True.
I have school starting tomorrow, so we don't see each other or hang out as much as we were
So
that like month-long stretch where we were just literally
Yeah.
sleeping in the same bed at a hotel and shit like that. Yeah. Like where it's much less, so there's stuff to catch up on.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's like I think the podcasts are going to, as we both become busier, once you start going to school and stuff like that, and fucking, I'm in the midst of fucking studying more and going to more shoots and shit. Like I think that these little podcasts are gonna be like time set aside for us, to
work on our relationship,
to work on our friendship, Yeah.
You gotta put in the work. To keep the relationship strong.
It's all about conversation. It's about openness.
Sure. But I think even like we have friends now who live across the country, and I work really hard to make sure I try to stay in touch with them.
I'm awful with it, dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, everybody out there.
I know you're awful at it because you've lived really far away from me, and I've had to be the one to always reach out with things.
I just don't do it.
No.
Which even my parents.
Like you probably text Kate like all the time though.
Yeah, but
But how much of it is like
she's so hot? It's easy. No,
how much of it is her texting you though?
A lot.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't think that
if it were up to you, like if you just had a day where nothing was happening, you would just play 2K all day, and you would forget to reach out to anybody, and you would do a lot of yelling, and you would smack things a lot. You'd curse. You would yell at the virtual people as if they were real people and can hear you. You get so heated. I'm so glad that your TV's in your room now.
Yeah.
Because we're in a 1-bedroom apartment. I live in the living room, and you have the bedroom. But it used to be that your TV was out in the living room, and both of our TVs were out there. But you would just play 2K there, and for the most part, I don't care. But when you would get mad, I would just sit there so awkwardly, just like
evil comes out, dog.
I would be like, I wouldn't know if I said something to you, if you would snap.
Yeah.
That's how freaked out you would get. You would get so mad. I would just sit there and I would just be like, I'm just trying to chill over here, do my thing. And you would be like, I would be afraid to say anything to you. Yeah. You're so angry.
I don't know why, dude. I fucking rage. I rage when I play video games.
You're like, why would you make that fucking switch? As if it's not just ones and zeros.
It is.
Doing, they have no control over whether or not they do it.
Yeah, man. I agree with you. It's fucking irrational. It's so ridiculous.
I can still hear you from the other room freaking out. Yeah. You get very upset about 2K.
Yeah. Whew. But then it becomes so much more of a relief once my team plays good,
Oh yeah. Sure.
I get upset, dude. But yeah, it's fucking it's hard to I feel like my brain compartmentalizes things, right? Mm-hmm. The same reason that I'll get so frustrated with 2K is the same reason that I don't it's really hard for me to reach out to friends and family members that I haven't talked to in a while.
How are they correlated?
So all right. So my brain compartmentalizes things really easily, right? And I think that there's a pro and a con to it, right? So, I'll get super obsessed with things because I'll be focused on those things, right? And if something is right in front of my face, I can focus on it very easily, right? And that's the reason that I will get, so obsessed with 2K, or, like when I'm writing something, like I can immerse myself in the world a lot easier. But the other side of that is like everything that's outside of those things that are right in front of me are out of sight, out of mind. My friends and family and stuff that, I haven't, if you don't reach out to me, it's really hard for me to
text your mom, dude.
Yeah, I should.
I text my mom all the time.
Do you get like
Actually, my mom still probably doesn't think I text her.
Do you have any like macho part of you that like makes it harder to reach out to like friends that are guys and shit?
No, I talk to our friends all the time.
I have.
But also a part of it is establishing multiple methods of communication. I almost never text any of our guy friends. We're in like Facebook threads or on Slack.
Right.
So it's like a bunch of different ways. Yeah, exactly. And there's like big group chats with like 8 people in them, so that somebody's always doing something. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just different ways that these things are happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely have that though. I definitely have like a macho side of me that's like come on, don't be a pussy here.
No, I don't have that, because like when we were living really far apart, I would text you all the time. And usually it's not like, hey man, just checking in, want to see how you're doing. It's like, I'll send you a meme,
right?
Or I'll literally be like, did you see that shit that just happened in the LeBron? Like, it's like some, it's just like, I'm not going to reach out to you to have like a long conversation, but I'm gonna text you and be like, hey, this happened, and then I want to hear your response, and then we might not talk to each other for like 4 days. It could literally be like a 2 to 4 text thing, and then you're good. It's just checking in. Which is weird, because like sometimes all of our friends, when you were living in like Virginia, or when you first moved out here and we were all, when you were just away and I was still with our friend group living around them, I was always the person that was like, hey Kyle, how's Chris doing? And I'd be like, oh, I think he's good. We talked about basketball the other night, and he told me he saw a movie, and they're like, yeah, but how is he? Like, does he like school, or like, is he making friends? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't ask him that shit.
Yeah, dude. It's always nice though, like when people do reach out. Like as much as like I don't do that, like fucking, like my brother's been reaching out to me a lot lately, and it's been fucking really nice. I think a big part of it is because of this podcast. I
try to reach out to my brothers, but they don't answer me.
Right.
I texted Ian on his birthday.
Hey, you jerk Wiswell.
Ian's birthday was last week. And I was like, happy birthday, Ebo, and he just never answered me. I was like, I don't even get a thank you, dog.
Maybe he's too busy enjoying his birthday.
Maybe he's too busy being busy. That dude works a shit ton.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he works a lot.
Yeah.
Making bank, though.
Yeah.
I'm taking dents out of cars, doing it big. Blake will usually answer me like he'll be like, thanks.
Yeah.
That's it. My sisters answer me if I text them.
Mm-hmm. No, but like a big part of, like why my brothers have been reaching out to me is because of this podcast. You know, he started like really listening to it and enjoying it and stuff. And like, I think that it's...
Yeah, you said that he said that it like made him feel closer to you, right?
Yeah. Which is, it's just, it's a fucking really great feeling, that like obviously like me and you just have conversation like this all the time, right? Like we just have conversations, but making it into a podcast and then putting it out onto the world, it welcomes people into our friendship, which it enhances like a connection with them, even though it is kind of one way sometimes. Yeah. I mean, it is one way.
They can't like speak, but like they can comment on YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, or text us or whatever, right? But yeah, it is like a cool, I wouldn't say ancillary, like completely ancillary, because like I knew that going in, like I knew like in starting this podcast and, when we decided that we were going to make it more generic and just make it like a normal talk show kind of, and not specify on
people were
topic.
Like, yo, niches get riches. And we were like, we don't care.
Yeah. But like I knew going into it that I was like, okay, well, hopefully it's going to have the same effect like the Joe Rogan podcast had on me when I was, in college.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like for the first time.
Yeah, you've
in
talked
my
about
life.
that before.
Yeah, but there was a period in college when everybody was. We lived in an apartment.
Dude, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with 5 people.
5 dudes.
We did it big.
But there was a period of time during like spring break or something like that when everyone left, and I was in the apartment by myself for like 2 or 3 weeks. And all I was doing was working, and I was working at Bill's Car Wash, which
Better than Greens and Grill.
was better than Greens and Grill, but I also there were certain spots that you could work. Like if you're working in the tunnel, like where the car wash is, the cars would come through and shit, you could just go to work and not talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is like checking in, fucking running the tunnel. Yeah, but like
so you would have days where you just didn't communicate with anybody.
Exactly, but it just gets fucking crazy lonely.
It's so weird that like how you need that, but too much of it is bad. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need those days where you don't talk to anybody all day, and you just do. Like I kind of had that today because you were gone all day.
Yeah,
I just didn't see anyone or talk to anybody. I went to Jimmy John's.
Right.
And that was my human connection for the day.
I don't think that people like. At least when I talk to other people, like I meet a lot of people that don't value that enough.
Yeah.
Like they're being
people,
alone.
People think that there's. I mean, we're horrible examples of it because we're hermits. But
it can. Yeah, we're like
most people. I think are social and they want to go out and do things and be around people.
Yeah.
Whereas I see people I don't know and I go, I don't want to be here. I'm just the opposite of that, and that's my own problem. And I'm too far in the other direction, but I think society is farther in the first direction.
Like, yeah, because we're both have a huge introverted element to us. Like we value our alone time.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of people think the fucking when you're alone, like that's the worst part of life, like that. But I don't think that's true, or that's always the case at least.
I talked to one of our friends today on the phone. He told me to tell you that he loves you and misses you.
Everyone out there, friends and family, I love you guys. I miss you guys.
And you know who you are.
You know who you are.
I have some good news for him today. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it.
Then don't say it.
We're being too quiet for too long. I'm trying
to
mime it too. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
It's exciting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Nice.
Do you want to finally talk? We almost got an hour of nonsense now. UFC?
Let's do it.
Okay. You got home during the Zabit fight, right? Dang it, I didn't write his name down, and I'm never going to remember it. I wanted to say it really good.
I thought you had it.
I wanted to say it really good.
I thought you had it locked up.
I had it last night because John Anik kept saying it so perfectly.
Gabajabajov.
Marie Sharipov.
Marie Sharipov.
I think there's another syllable in there somewhere.
Syllable.
Syllable.
Diddly D.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, he was the final fight of the prelim. He's real good. Beat Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh God.
What the fuck?
I don't know what just happened.
What was that?
Monsters in my throat.
I thought you were doing a thing.
No.
Like Jeremy Stevens. Like, I don't know.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know what that was. Anyways, it's crazy how Zabit is in the same camp as Khabib.
They're both from Dagestan. Opposite types of fighters.
Opposite ends of the spectrum as as far as what their styles are in fighting. I would say they're both very similar in that they can for sure beat our ass.
Yep.
But like they're just gamers, they come out to fucking
They
brawl,
come out to fight. Yeah.
Which like might
they take no prisoners.
But like it might be a bad thing sometimes, like maybe.
Well, like Khabib's fight against Al Iaquinta. That's a fighter who, if he maybe reserved himself a little bit more, he probably could have dominated.
Right.
But he was really aggressive, and Al caught him a few times.
Yeah. What were some other fights?
So the first fight was the best fight of the night on the main card.
What was that?
Cody No Love versus that dude.
Son of
Something Pena? No. Start with a P. Talk about it. I'll look it up because he deserves respect because he won.
Okay, so this is the third straight fight that Cody's lost.
Yeah, all knockouts.
All knockouts. The first two were against TJ Dillashaw.
He lost his title, and then he got a rematch and lost again.
In TJ's defense, lost. Cody lost.
Pedro Munoz.
Pedro Munoz, who...
Dude's got a chin.
Really strange, right? Like, right after the Cody fight against Dominic Cruz, I was like,
dude,
this guy
seemed unstoppable.
Well, I was like, this guy has the best boxing in MMA. Like, it was
it's
so
crisp,
and someone who was deemed so untouchable, like Dominic Cruz, and so hard to hit and unorthodox and so weird and funky, and like, how the fuck is nobody's gonna be able to tag this guy, right? And then Cody came in,
knocked him out,
fucking starched him,
right? Destroyed him.
Just
put on a masterclass,
dancing while he's doing it, right? Like, I was like, this is the fucking future, that this guy is gonna be fucking insane. And he was, and going up into that fight, I was like, man, like, I get that he's undefeated, but I feel like
Dominic Cruz is so good.
But I was like, I feel like they're kind of throwing him to the wolves here. And then he came in and fucking looked like a fucking world beater.
Do you think that maybe he just has a durability problem?
Yeah,
he just has a weak chin.
I think he's got too much of that die on his shield kind of thing, dude.
Yeah, he sells out.
I think that...
I mean, the fight last night was crazy.
I think that
him and Munoz just started unloading on it. They just stood face to face, and they were like, you're going to throw a right hook? I'm going to throw a right hook, and we're just going to see who lands first.
And they just gooned it.
It was crazy.
I think that he's got too much of that fucking feather in his fucking cowboy hat. I'm going to fucking come out slinging mentality.
Yeah.
And I think that...
Like, he's only 27.
I brought this up last night after that fight because, okay... that fight, it was one round, right? Less than one round.
It was less than a round.
4 minutes.
One fight of the night, though.
Right. Those 4 minutes, incredible.
Yeah, they were nuts.
Incredibly entertaining, right? But Cody made a mistake. He shouldn't have just been swinging like that.
He could have outboxed that guy for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. He was he's better technically. But, and like, on paper, I would say he's better technically than TJ Dillashaw, but I think that TJ, some guys just have your number.
Yeah, it's style. Styles make fights.
I think it's one of those things. I think that TJ's he has them.
And TJ has enough power, and I think maybe he's only 27, and he's been knocked out in the UFC 3 times.
Right.
Who knows how many other times growing up in amateur boxing? Yeah. How many other times has he been put out in his life?
Do you think that,
how much mileage is on his chin?
Right.
Compared to other people that are only 27 years old?
Yeah, maybe he's already compromised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah,
because he's so talented.
But I mean, I don't think that him getting caught yesterday was more his chin than it was him making a bad decision.
Yeah, he went into the slugfest when he didn't have to. Yeah. I think he thought he had the dude hurt, and he thought he could finish him.
Yeah.
But that Pedro Munoz has a chin. Yeah. He ate at least 3 or 4 straight shots from Cody, who has maybe the best knockout power in that division. He's a complete killer with his strikes.
Right.
And he just took a few of those shots right on the chin and kept coming. It's crazy.
Yeah. I just I was fascinated with the
fight.
I'd
never heard of him.
But yeah.
And he's ranked like 9th in the division.
Same here. But I said this yesterday, last night after that fight, that I feel like Dominic Cruz brought out the best in Cody.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that David Goliath thing, that what caused me to be like, oh man, I feel like they're throwing Cody to the wolves here. That thing, right, is what brought out the best in Cody. The fact that he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go out and get this guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and get this guy. But in order to do this, like
I have to be perfect.
Yeah, I have to be perfect. Whereas like, someone who I think that cowboy mentality might be the reason that he's playing down to his competition in a way.
Maybe.
I don't. It's just intense speculation for me.
Yeah. Which I mean, that's all you can really do. I think he's still young enough that we can still see the next version of Cody Garbrandt. You know what I mean? There's his shot at getting back to that belt isn't over.
Yeah, I agree.
The next fight was Tisha Torres versus Weili Zhang
Yep.
from China, and we didn't really pay attention to it.
Nope, not at
because
all.
we were watching the end
Next
of
fight.
the Warriors-Sixers game. But Weili Zhang won, and she was really funny in the post-fight interview. I'm from China.
My name
is Weili.
My name is Weili. Remember me.
You could just tell she practiced it. It was cute. It was like, okay, that's adorable. And she had like the cutest. That dude that was
The
translating
translator.
for her was so
Yeah.
happy to be there.
Yeah. The first time that he was in shot, he was like holding up the Chinese flag.
Yeah.
And he just goes, wow. Eyes all wide. He's like, wow.
Yeah, it was funny. Okay,
That eyes wide thing. I wasn't making a Asian thing. I
I don't think
he was
people,
excited. He
I
was
don't
excited.
think people thought you were until you said that. Anyway,
People are. People will. People will.
that's true.
I'm trying to get ahead of the
No, but yeah, okay.
the offense here.
The next fight, Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren. Ben Askren's first fight ever in the UFC. Before that fight, if you told me that Robbie Lawler was about to kill a literal god before that fight, I would have believed you. That look on his face, dude, I was horrified.
Right.
I was like, Robbie Lawler is about to take someone's soul from them.
He looked like
Holy moly.
he looked like a fucking shark in the water.
Yeah.
He had fucking black eyes,
Ooh.
like a dog's eyes.
He was in the zone.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to put more damage on Ben Askren in a minute than Ben Askren's probably taken in his whole career.
Exactly.
That slam, best slam in the UFC since Rampage was in the UFC.
Well, I remember listening to Ben Askren on, I think it might have been on a podcast. I think it might have been on Joe Rogan or something like that. But he was like, yeah, like I've probably been punched twice in my last 5 fights or some shit. He doesn't get hit.
He's just so good at closing the distance, getting a hold of you, and never letting go.
And he's also really fucking smart.
Yeah.
And like I said this during the fight, right? Because like Robbie Lawler came out, fucking Ben Askren was trying to get really saucy, fucking grapple him, and like you could tell that there was a lot of good technique here. Robbie just fucking
Picked
picks
him up.
and throws this
Yep,
dude.
It was awesome.
And then fucking starts smashing him.
It looked like it was maybe over.
Yeah.
But Ben Askren weathered the storm.
Yeah.
Got up and got a hold of him, slowed things down, and then eventually worked his way into a bulldog choke, I think it's called, right?
Yeah.
And then the stoppage was controversial.
It was. Yeah.
Whatever side of the fence you fall on, it was controversial.
And we were both kind of on the opposite sides.
A little bit. Like I can see. I'm never gonna say Herb Dean made the wrong choice there.
Right.
But I would have given it like another second. Is the only thing
I don't think you know. What you
No,
would have
obviously,
done in that
like yeah,
situation.
as a person sitting on my couch.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I would never be like, oh, Herb Dean sucks, or no, Herb Dean is the best in the world.
When the fight was stopped, I thought that it had gone too long.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought
it's very weird with the way his arm looks like it goes limp. It's very like, and then when he runs in and grabs him, it looks like he's moving his arm. And then when he lets him go, he's perfectly fine. And it's just there's so many fine lines of what could and could not have been happening in that choke. And then Dominic Cruz was talking about how the way the bulldog choke works is, you need to get the sides of the neck, and he only had his his mouth covered, and it was like Dominic Cruz was like, I don't think he was out at all. It would just hurt really bad. It's just like, and I was like, well, Dominic Cruz has been in that choke and has choked people like that, so I believe him.
Yeah.
I've
But
never done either.
Also, external to that, right? I don't think that Herb could see the fact-
Herb couldn't get the angle right because
Yeah.
it was up against the fence.
Yeah, so he
that
just
made it even
saw
harder.
a choke, and then
Exactly.
he sees the arm falling,
and then he ran in,
and his arm fell.
it went
dead.
limp. It definitely looked like it went limp. But then he ran in and he he checked. He said, he did the Robbie, are you good? He checked, and it was just the timing of it was like, oh, who knows?
I get really scared in those kind of situations
Mm-hmm.
when I see and we kind of argued over the Michael Chiesa thing, right?
Yeah, with Kevin Lee. Yeah.
Right? Because Michael Chiesa literally went limp.
Yeah.
His body went limp.
But then he said
I
after the
think-
fight he did it on purpose, which is like,
it was
I
like a
don't know.
technique. And I was like, dude, if you're gonna do that on purpose, you need to signify to the judges in some way that you're okay. Because if I am a judge, I'm looking
A
out.
ref.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
If
Different jobs.
Yeah. If I'm a ref for the UFC, right, and I need to protect these
you need to
fighters,
protect
from,
fighters
themselves,
from themselves. Yeah.
right? If I see someone's body go limp during a choke, I'm not Like I was perfectly fine with Herb Dean's
No, yeah,
stoppage.
like I said,
And in the moment, like because Ben didn't let it go right away. He
when
held
the
it
arm
for a
went
moment.
limp, he didn't let it go at all. He
Well,
waited until Herb
but
came in to separate
even
them.
after Herb went.
Well,
hey.
Well, it's because Herb went in.
There was an extra second.
When Herb ran in, he wasn't stopping it yet. He was checking Robbie's arm. So then he stopped.
But
And that was like
even
that extra,
after the wave, because he waved.
Yeah.
Ben still held it, and then Ben let go of it.
And then the craziest part was Robbie, literally, as he let go of Robbie's head, Robbie was already like, "Why'd you stop it?" It was just so weird. It's such a weird stop. Like, I'm not gonna say it was wrong or right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna second guess Herb Dean. I get everything you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. I just think that maybe he wasn't out. And I said this last night. I do think that Ben Askren got a chance to weather the storm that Robbie put on him early, and maybe Robbie didn't get that equal chance to weather this storm that Ben put him in.
I wonder
But
if
it's just hard.
I wonder if he went out for a split second, came back, right? And as he was coming back, Herb was in his face and basically calling it.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's hard. It's it's one of the hardest jobs in sports. Reffing mixed martial arts.
And it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that
Every time a fight ends like that, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, I want something definitive. You want it. Which we'll kind of talk about later. You want it earned. Right.
right.
You don't want to be given a fight.
Yeah, and you don't want to steal it. You want to earn
Exactly. Next fight, that fight was awesome nonetheless.
As controversial as that stoppage was, that with 3 minutes or whatever, however long the actual fight was, incredible fucking fight.
Yeah.
That, like a majority of Robbie.
Now we're going to talk about this a little bit. Yeah, whenever Robbie Lawler's fighting,
it's always nuts.
Appointment viewing. We're going to talk about this a little bit because they kind of had a stretch here. Ben Askren is obviously a grappler. He's not going to stand and bang with anybody. It's not his style. Then this fight had half the fight was that. Because after Robbie fucked him up, then Ben Askren got a hold of him and worked. The next fight was all grappling. And the John Jones fight was mostly grappling. And it's something that we've talked about before. People need to learn to understand and appreciate the difficulty of the things people are doing in grappling exchanges and find ways to enjoy it. I hate when people start booing at this stuff. The next fight was Kamaru Usman challenging Tyron Woodley for the welterweight belt. Tyron Woodley has defended it, 4 or 5 times? This was maybe his 5th defense, maybe?
Right.
And Tyron Woodley has become the most boring champion. To me, in my opinion, he's the most boring champion to watch. And before he had the belt, he wasn't like that. He was electric before that because of his knockout power. But ever since he got the belt, it's always seemed like he was afraid of losing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? In this fight, Kamaru Usman just owned him for 25 minutes.
True. But going back to what you just said about Tyron being boring, we've compared him to GSP on this podcast before, right?
Maybe.
Compared and contrasted.
I think we might have just talked.
A lot of people have complained about GSP before in his fights being boring, and there is they exist on the same spectrum of okay, they both fight to win, and they're not brawlers. They're
George did way more
martial
than
artists in a way, if that makes any sense at all. But George was always dominant.
Yeah,
like Tyron, he wins, but it was never as dominant as the run that GSP had in the height of his career.
How crazy is it that the reign of George St. Pierre at welterweight and the reign of Tyron Woodley at welterweight, how many fights that was total, was split by the reign of Robbie Lawler? The most exciting champion that you could find. It's just some of the best fights. The Rory fight,
right?
When they just looked at each other and screamed at the end of a round. Oh, I love Robbie Lawler. Oh man, his fights with Johnny Hendricks. Oh. Anyway, this fight, I'm gonna throw to you because you understand grappling more than I do.
Right.
You wrestled your whole life. Talk about the skill level of what Usman did to someone as good at wrestling as Tyron Woodley is.
Right. So Tyron Woodley is someone who I'm pretty sure that McMath wrestled against him in college.
McMath being your high school wrestling coach.
Yes. Tyron Woodley is someone who has a very pretty accomplished amateur wrestling background. Obviously, anybody that wrestles in D1, anybody who's a D1 wrestler is fucking well esteemed for like they're fucking good. But Tyron Woodley is someone who just hasn't. We've never seen him be dominated on the ground like he was against Kamaru.
He had a 97% takedown defense rate for his career coming into this fight.
And what was the fucking control time?
At one point in the second round, it was over 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it continued like that through the whole fight.
Yeah. A majority of the fight was Kamaru just fucking dominating him. I mean, he was... I think that there's a... obviously, Usman has a high level of skill in order to be able to do that. But I think that it goes beyond that. I think that probably the greatest force behind Usman is his hunger. I think that dude had a drive that is fucking terrifying. Yeah. I think that it's like... I don't even know who I can like. Maybe like John Fitch in his prime, like just the ability to like exert your will on people
and to drain people of any fight.
It is terrifying. I think, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Tyrone was ready for it. Yeah, I think he was mentally checked out before he even got into that fight.
I think Tyron Woodley has this. I don't want to sound like I'm like shit talking Tyron Woodley a lot because he's a great fighter, but I feel like he has this sort of mentality of he thinks everyone should be afraid of him, right?
Okay.
Because of how powerful he is, and he expects people to fight that way. He expects people to fight them the way that Wonder Boy fought him twice. Wonder Boy was afraid of his power. I'm not saying like afraid in a sense of like, oh no, I'm scared of you. He respected his power enough that he knew he couldn't be overly aggressive. Usman had none of that.
Right.
He had no fear. He was coming after him. He was getting a hold of him. He was never letting go. And then he just drained him of all fight. I just looked it up. Woodley was a 2-time All-American in Division I. Crazy. But yeah, that fight was like... And a lot of people, were talking about how boring it was. And they were booing during the fight and stuff in the arena. It's just like... The level of what they were doing was... Especially of what Usman was doing. It was so hard what was happening. And like the ref stood them up a few times when Usman was literally punching him.
The ref literally got... I forgot who was reffing that fight.
British guy.
It wasn't Herb.
No, Herb did the title fight.
Yeah.
And the Robbie Lawler fight.
But he literally went up to Usman and said, hey, it's a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. How about that?
How about I've landed 250 body shots on this dude in this fight?
Let him work. Let him fucking do his job.
Is he attempting to advance his position, and is he causing some sort of damage? He was doing both of those things at all times.
Yeah.
He was never standing still. He wasn't... Like, I saw someone on Reddit that was like, oh, he just stalled his way to a belt. That's not what stalling is. Nope. There's a difference.
Nope.
It was, like, impeccable what he did.
Watch fucking Josh Koscheck in The Ultimate Fighter, dude. That motherfucker just wrestled the entire time.
So now we get to the main event. And I said this when it came in. It was just a surreal feeling to me to have John Jones be fighting again and nothing go wrong.
Kind of strange, right?
It was so weird. I was fully expecting like another steroid pop, or he did cocaine again, or he got hurt, or somebody else got hurt. Just something to go wrong.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like his career has been cursed for like 4 years. But everything went smooth. He's fighting Anthony Smith. He's a huge favorite.
Yeah, it's like, getting back into a relationship with a crazy ex-girlfriend, but like she's got a job now.
She's going to like church.
Yeah. Like she's getting her shit together, but she still smokes,
Yeah.
like and you're kind of you're squinting.
That's unhealthy. Yeah. But
she's on her phone a lot and you're like, why are you on your phone so much? What are you doing on your phone?
Pay attention to me.
Who are you talking
to? John Jones.
Yeah.
John did what John does. He spent a round taking in information, spent the next 4 rounds using it to dominate. Yeah. And I think he played it played it very smart. I think he respected Anthony Smith's power enough that he knew that was like the one thing Anthony Smith could do to stop him would be if he knocked him out. And he just played he was very reserved, and he, got into grappling situations, and he basically just dominated it. There's that scary moment, though, where he did the illegal kick. That's what I wanted to bring up when I said it earlier. Huge kudos to Anthony Smith for not taking the win there. Because he technically, if he was like, oh, I'm done, Herb Dean would have stopped the fight, and he would have gotten a belt by DQ.
And John would have had another loss.
By DQ.
By DQ.
He would have 2 losses in his career, both by DQ. One for 12
by his own hand
and foot.
Fucking John Jones is the only person that could beat
himself. He's the epitome of that. He's like the epitome of shooting yourself in the foot. But the potential is boundless.
And he said, Anthony Smith.
He said after
articulated
the fight,
it really well after the fight when Joe Rogan was talking to him about that. He gave him kudos or whatever. Anthony Smith was like, I wanted to win this fight and not steal it.
Yeah, which no one would have taken him seriously as champion if the DQ, they would have been like, you're gonna fight John again in 3 months. He's gonna whoop your ass because he's gonna be mad at you.
Right.
Yeah. It would have been almost like when DC first became light heavyweight champion. How people were like, "That's stupid. You're not the no." Now he's like, DC's grown past that because he dominates everyone else. So people, at least I think at this point, respect how great he is, but also never beat John.
How many fighters? Okay, so I'll bring this up. Because John Jones is probably the epitome of a fighter who every time you see him, you kind of never know what's going to happen. And I don't mean that in a John Jones is you might get in trouble kind of way, but I mean specifically with the fight.
He's such a creative fighter. And
he's incredibly creative. But it's almost like every time that you see him in the octagon, there's always something new that you're like, I've never seen that before. It's like the Ben Simmons of esque kind of shit.
The way he does crazy passes and shit.
Yeah. But you're just like, oh shit! I've never seen that on the court before. I've never seen that in the octagon before. Fucking, I would say Israel Adesanya is probably another good example of that.
But he's kind of, even Israel Adesanya is just, he's the next Anderson Silva kind of thing. So it's not completely unique, even though he is a unique fighter and great, and I'm really excited for him to fight Kelvin, and then whoever wins that to fight Robert Whittaker. But I don't think that there's someone that you can point to that was like, John Jones is this generation's version of that person. He's just the first John Jones.
Yeah. I don't know. I just I can't think of a lot of fighters that have that,
The length combined with the athleticism and creativity.
But and
length,
and they're intertwined in a way because there's a lot of things that John can do that other people can't
because of his physical stature.
Exactly. Yeah. So
the way he uses his kicks is the best example of it, I think.
Right.
The way he's just constantly throwing, he has an array of maybe 8 different kicks that he can hit you with at any moment, and he'll just do them back to back to back to back. He just keeps you away from him because he's so long. He just keeps kicking you so you can't come close. And then he does he'll establish his reach with his hand and
right.
He'll do that thing where he's always moving his hand to annoy people. He just has so many ways to use his length to disrupt his opponents. And then he's so no matter what you think about John as a person, he's a genius fighter. His fight IQ is off the charts. The way he's able to see what you do before the fight and make a game plan, and then throughout the first round, usually he then sees how you approach the current fight, and then he just uses that information. You'll see him go from round 1 to round 2 and completely change what he's doing. You don't see that very often with fighters. A lot of times they're just, this is what I do and I'm going to do it. Right. John is I can do a little bit of everything and I'm great at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to just use whatever would stop you to stop you. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, his ability to adapt.
It's amazing. Wonder who he'll fight next. Thiago Santos is kind of hot right now in light heavyweight. Johnny Walker knocked somebody the F out last night, but I think he's still a little too green. They might want to give him, I think they'll give him a top 10 guy. And then depending on how that goes, he'll probably get a top 5 guy if he wins.
Is he still thinking about moving up to heavyweight? Is that
John?
Still,
he's talked about it. You have to think that if they offered him a heavyweight title shot against DC before DC retired, that they would do it.
Yeah.
Because the money would be so big.
Right. If you were Stipe, would you rather fight DC again or fight John Jones?
DC.
Yeah?
I think John Jones is the best fighter in the world.
Right.
So I'm going to put anyone below him.
So,
Plus,
like, just
like how big do you
so,
think?
so you mean like the beatability of?
Yeah. How big do you think John would be at heavyweight? Do you think he gets up to like 235, 240?
Dude, he'd be thick. He'd be thick. That'd
Like,
be
what
a
do you
scary
think,
man.
what do you think
That'd be a
that
scary
John
man.
walks around at? He has to cut down to 205 for light heavyweight. Do you think he walks around at 225, 230?
Yeah, maybe.
You think he just doesn't cut weight? He just says, I'm just going to roll in.
Yeah, he's just gonna eat healthy and
Yeah.
then fucking come in and.
Remember when he power lifted and how scary he looked?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would do
dude.
that. I think that's the worst he's ever looked. That was the Owen St. Preux fight.
But he also hadn't fought for a while.
Yeah,
before
he
that,
had
right? There was a lot of ring rust.
But he's also now had two more periods of that where he might have the ring rust again and didn't show.
Yeah.
So he either used that time and he learned how to deal with it, or it was the fact that he had physically changed his body because that's a dangerous thing, putting on that much muscle. It can really hurt your cardio. But yeah, he'd be interesting at heavyweight.
But he also his first fight back in a long time was the Gustafsson fight, right? Like his last fight.
Yeah, that was his first fight in
before
like a
this
year
one.
and a half or something.
Right, his first fight in a year and a half. But that was also someone that he's fought before too.
That's true.
So and the one thing that John Jones said,
And the
after
last
that
time
fight,
before that he did it was the head kick knockout on DC, I think.
right?
So both times it was people he's fought before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's interesting.
and like his like what you were just talking about, his ability to take in all this information from the first round. Going into the fight, if he doesn't have to do that, if you haven't adapted from your last fight, then
Which I don't think
you're
Gustafsson
already
really
fucked.
seemed like he did. I'm not saying
Well, that's what
Gustafsson
John
is-
Jones said,
I don't
right?
think that Gustafsson is a worse fighter than the first time they fought. I just think that he is very good at what he does, and that's how he approached the fight. You know what I mean? And he, I think that Gustafsson feels like fighting John Jones going into that is like, I'm the only person in the world who can match him at that physical advantage. I'm tall and long, and that won't work on me.
Right.
And I think that he didn't change anything, and John just was, oh, okay, you're going to make it easy on me then? He just, what was it, second or third round finish?
Yeah.
I get, when he knocked out Daniel Cormier with the head kick, when they went back through the fight, and he talked about it in the post-fight press conference, he talked about how he was setting that up throughout the entire fight with different combinations, and he got it to where he knew Daniel Cormier was going to put his hands down, and he just, because I think he kept throwing a body kick or something, and he was making it so DC thought he had John figured out, and then he just threw the head kick, and it was just so clean. Oh, I was like, oh, this dude he's smart. Smart and gifted. I just hope let's every time now, let's stay clean, let's stay good, and let's keep it rolling, baby. I want to see him fight.
Yeah, I want to see him fight some fucking heavyweights too. That'd be fun.
It'd be really interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's guys out there.
Well, especially just because I feel like light heavyweight doesn't have as much competition.
There's
at least the elite heavyweights.
I'll say this. I don't have the rankings pulled up right now. I can't name them all, but I do think that because of his weird 3.5, 4 years of being in limbo, that he cleaned it out before, and I think there's a little bit more there now that he could go through, and I think there's guys that he could fight. I think it would probably start with Thiago Santos. I think he'd be the first one that would get a shot, and we might get round 2 of John cleaning out a division, which, as much as getting 2 belts is the thing now, there's just something so cool about being the dude who just beats everyone around him.
Like
that's so
who
dominant.
else you got?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love that.
Like, keep throwing them at me.
Like the height of GSP. Fucking
Mighty Mouse did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Max Holloway's in the process of doing it. Now they're moving him up. But yo, have we talked about that fight's yeah, we have. No, I don't think we have.
Holloway.
He's
Poirier?
fighting Dustin Poirier for the lightweight belt.
Which I aired my my thoughts on that last night.
You think Poirier's in trouble?
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I don't think there's
I agree with you. Everyone who listens to the podcast knows I love Max Holloway. He's one of my favorite fighters. But I think you might be under. I don't know when's the last time you watched Poirier fight? Because he's
McGregor.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He's been killing dudes since then.
Right.
I think he has like 3 knockouts or something like that.
That's cool.
Against good fighters. So he's been looking really good. But Max is probably gonna win. Can I give you some of these other things? I don't think you'll know about any of these things.
Is it football?
No. Although we could talk about Nick Foles, but I don't care enough. I don't think he's going to be good anywhere else he goes. That's my take.
Really?
Yeah, that's my take. He wasn't good. He was with the Eagles when he was a rookie. He was great for 1 year and then average for a couple years, and he left and he sucked on the Rams. He sucked on the Chiefs, came back to the Eagles and was a good backup, and now he's going to go probably to Jacksonville, and he's probably going to suck again. Maybe he'll be better, maybe not, but I don't see it. Okay. This is a story I heard about listening to another podcast this week that I thought was just really cool. It's about UCLA's gymnastics team.
Okay.
So you know about the environment of USA Gymnastics and everything with Larry Nassar and all that.
Maybe not. No.
You don't know about all this sexual assault stuff? And
Nope.
You've never heard about any of this?
No.
This is like a huge story, like maybe a year ago, maybe a little less than that. Like complete crazy, like hundreds of girls coming up through the USA Gymnastics programs to be in the Olympics were being sexually and physically like assaulted and stuff. And this dude, Larry Nassar, was like at the head of it all. He was like the head coach, I think, of the USA team.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's really, really horrible stuff. And apparently there's just this rampant problem with the culture of gymnastics in America. And this article I read was about the UCLA coach and how she's so different. But like because I mean, think about it. You're 8 years old, and you have to be 100% dedicated to something for the next 12 years of your life, right? Mm-hmm. If people say you're good enough to be an Olympian,
right,
you can't do anything. And I guess the way coaches are in America, they're always degrading the girls, and they can't do any. You can't be kids, mm-hmm. and then it goes even further than that with the sexual assault stuff and things like that. It gets even worse. So this coach's name, if my phone would open, her name is Valerie Condos Field, and it's really interesting. She's not even a gymnast. She's the head coach at UCLA's gymnastics. She's won 7 national titles.
Holy shit!
She's not a gymnast. She was a ballerina and a choreographer. She talked about how her philosophy she learned from John Wooden, who was like the
basketball coach,
great UCLA basketball coach. Yeah, and
like one of the greatest college basketball coaches of all time.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And the big thing that she learned from him was about how coaching, at its core, is about teaching and about providing joy to these girls, and that's like what she took away from. She said that he's like her mentor. She like has a couch in her office that was his couch that he used and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that's really interesting. So I went through and read this article today. I was going to make sure I took like the notes down from stuff. So their current roster of the UCLA has 2 Olympic gold medalists on it. 2 girls that have already won golds. Their names are Madison Kocian, I don't know how to say it, and Kyla Ross. And one of her assistant coaches is Jordan Weber, who was also a gold medalist in 2012, I think. All 3 of them were among the more than 300 victims of Larry Nassar. Yeah. So like a big part of her program is healing, a healing process for these girls. One of the girls that are on the team now literally said that she's a healer. Okay. And the mentality that she provides for the team is about not only coaching you and trying to make you a really good gymnast, but helping you rediscover that you can have fun doing this sport. You can have a personality and you can have a life. And a lot of girls apparently are just miserable. They're always in pain, physically and emotionally. Yeah. And then the people in charge of the sport don't help them with it at all. They make it worse. Uh-huh. And like the way she does it, I thought was really interesting. She basically, her recruiting process is just being like, hey, you're already an incredible gymnast, because that's the way gymnastics is. You become really good by the time you're like 14 or 12. Uh-huh. You can kind of tell who's going to be able to be an Olympian, in terms of try to make the team or whatever. Uh-huh. I think they're called elites when they're young. So she basically just goes and finds elites, and she's like, I want you to come play for her, compete. There we go. Compete for our school and for our squad. And my job is basically going to be making sure that you are a whole person. And she relies on her assistant coaches to do all the gymnastics coaching. and she's more there for like just gauging their lives and stuff like that. It's really interesting. I don't know if you saw, it was like maybe 2 months ago, a video went around the internet that was really popular of a girl doing a gymnastics routine, one of the floor routines, and she was just exuding joy. Mm-hmm. She was doing like funky little dance moves and then doing dope ass flips and stuff. Okay. And she's on the UCLA team. Her name is something Ohashi. I can't remember. Maybe Caitlin Ohashi, maybe. But like she had a quote in the article that literally she said, referring to this upcoming season of gymnastics, or when she came to UCLA because she was somewhere else. And she said, I want to compete, but I don't want to be great anymore. I haven't been happy since I was 11 because like the amount of being pushed to be great made her miserable. So she was like, I don't want to have to do that anymore. It's not worth it.
That's always like an interesting thing to think about as far as like the zero-sum game of there being like, okay, in order for me to be the best in the world, right, I have to do X, right? I have to make these
putting your 10,000 hours kind of stuff.
And a lot of coaches that are trying to get the best out of their clientele, the people that they're trying to coach, right, that they kind of have that, that whiplash mentality of like, well, like in order for me to get Charlie Parker, I have to be in your face. I have to call you, a piece of shit, and, make you cry and make you feel awful about yourself. Tear you down. To pull out whatever it is that's in you in order to make you excellent. Yeah. And in order to make you, the best of all time, you have to do, you can't just be happy all the time. And I think that there's probably a lot of people that obviously in gymnastics that might have that. And it's interesting. Success is success. And now if there is someone who's doing it differently, right?
And having success.
Then maybe we're all just like fooling ourselves, like maybe, and the idea is, like kind of hippie in a way, yeah, but like maybe the love for it can
the love of the game.
It can ignite something else, ignite a drive that might not be there. Yeah. Especially if you're in an environment that's fucking involved with fucking sexual assault and fucking exploitation.
Yeah, they went like they've already gone through. So since they obviously fired Larry Nassar, I don't have the exact details of this stuff off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they've gone through 2 more presidents of USA Gymnastics because the first one they brought in had their own scandal. And they were like both they keep bringing in like marketing professionals to try to fix the gymnastics program. And it's just super like go get just a well-regarded gymnastics coach. It's so weird to me like how overly complicated big like companies and organizations can make things. It seems like, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like the NFL does it too all the time. They just like they overreact to things in like the completely wrong direction, or they make calls that are just they make no tonal sense. As Tony Kornheiser constantly calls them on PTI, the perpetually tone deaf NFL. Yeah. I love that line. Yeah. But yeah, I can't believe.
Does Tony Kornheiser say that too? I thought it was Scott Van Pelt. That was.
Oh, you're right. It was SVP. Yeah, it wasn't. No, Tony's line is always, if there's a living, breathing commissioner, he'll do X. That's how he always calls out commissioners. But yeah, I thought that story was really cool. I can't believe you've never heard of that. That was.
There's a lot of things that like news. I'm very like under the rock about. Yeah.
I'm sure when the next Olympics roll around, it'll be heavily talked about.
I also never watch the Olympics though, so that might be.
But it's like part of the zeitgeist of living during that time. Like everyone has like at least tertiary connection to the Olympics happening. And obviously at work, I see that shit all the time. Here's my next one. This one is about football, but okay. Have you heard of Tony Harris?
No.
Antonia Harris?
Okay.
That's a lady's name.
Okay.
Tony Harris is the first female non-kicker to be offered a college scholarship to play football. She's a free safety.
Okay.
How crazy is that? It's an NIAA school. It's not even
Right.
Division 1, 2, 3 or whatever. But that's nuts. Apparently there's like one other female, I think, that plays corner somewhere, but people don't know whether or not people don't think she got a scholarship. She just walked on.
Oh, okay.
She's like the first to get like a public scholarship offer.
Oh, okay.
And she's not a kicker.
What did she play? Did you do
Free safety.
free safety? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You got bang mofos.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. She says she wants to be the first female in the NFL.
That's pretty crazy.
Imagine that happened. It'd be nuts.
A female in the NFL? I mean, is there any rules against that?
No, absolutely not. But like, imagine the reaction to it from America. From a certain half of America.
I feel like it's gonna end up being half and half, right? Like everything is
Everything,
in
yeah.
America. Everything's
Everything-
fucking half and half because
Yeah.
we all have to be red and blue. Fucking, that'd be crazy, dude.
If Kyler Murray being 5'9" bothers people so much,
Obviously someone having a vagina. Yeah, that would be crazy, dude. I worked with somebody on the shoot that I did last week. My co-lead she said that she played football in high school.
yeah,
She played linebacker.
Hell
How
yeah,
crazy is
dude.
that shit, dude? I was like, what position?
was she better than you at linebacker?
Huh?
I bet you she
Probably.
was.
Probably.
You sucked in high school.
Hey,
but
the interest wasn't there.
I'll say
Maybe
this.
I needed
Yeah.
I needed a ballerina
yeah.
teacher. I don't know.
I'll say this though: you are the GOAT spin tackler.
Yeah.
Just grab the jersey and spin them, baby.
Yeah, I lost my interest. Like I didn't want to be good in football. Like I just there's a certain point, like after like freshman year where I hit a threshold of not like I was just bearing to be there.
Yeah.
I was just kind of going through the motions.
But it's cool because we have shared memories, but not remember the other person being there.
It is
Of
weird.
talking to Spencer Perret
That is
on the
weird.
sideline during practice and having J-Rod go crazy. So weird. Have we ever talked about that? How we have these gaps in our memories of...
I don't know if we've ever talked.
I don't think on the
podcast.
podcast. I don't know. If obviously we talk about it in real life a lot,
Yeah.
but we have gaps in our memories of like the first 2 years of high school of being in like the same classes in the same areas, but not remembering the other person being there.
Yeah, like
So
literally
weird.
the same like conversations.
Yeah, it's
like
super
we're like
weird.
we remember that, but don't remember
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And it's my theory that we were actually the same person.
And we've since become
then
two people.
Meiosis or mitosis? I don't know which is meiosis. a thing?
Mitosis.
I don't know. We separated like a cell and just
Yeah,
fucking
like a
became two
starfish.
different. Yeah, and then we had the same memories, but
Yeah.
separated. And then
It's kind of weird how
went
like
on our own
our
timelines.
parents didn't realize that though.
Huh? Well, no, dude. It's like a Mandela effect situation. where,
Okay,
you know,
like the Berenstain
there was
Bears.
yeah.
No one knows how to.
Berenstain Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No one knows how to spell it.
That one,
freaks me
like,
out.
I feel like that's the I don't know why people always go to that one.
It freaks me out.
The Berenstain instead of Berenstain.
Yeah,
But the
I would
thing
have bet
is,
so much money that it was Berenstain.
But the problem with that one is like the title is in cursive,
That's
and
true.
it's really
That's
easy
true.
to. And Berenstain is so much. It doesn't make as much sense
doesn't
as
sound right.
Berenstain.
Yeah.
You know, Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Like that Einstein fucking is like one of
Yeah.
the most fucking famous names of all
Yeah.
time, and you don't Berenstain doesn't really
Yeah.
like ring. You know, like it doesn't seem
Yo,
as common.
Berenstain sounds like a cool villain. In like a fantasy movie or something.
Like yeah, if he was like a anamorphized bear Nazi.
Nope, he's a baron. Like he has a barony. Like he's a noble.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Your thing's cool too. It's just not what I was talking about at all.
I was on the same page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's,
his
that's
name-
what happens with the mitosis.
his
man. We can't
name-
always be.
Like his name is Stain. His name is like Obadiah Stane from Iron Man, but he's a baron. So you call him Baron Stain. That's a cool name.
Okay.
Anyway, I just thought it was cool. Female college football player. I hope she does good. Good luck.
Yeah.
Go tackle people and get interceptions. Here's my last one. Did you hear about the Mississippi State basketball players last week kneeling?
No.
So, 8 members of the Mississippi State basketball team during the national anthem took a knee in response to a pro-Confederacy rally in Oxford, Mississippi that went from a statue of a Confederate soldier or something like that, a Confederate statue, and they marched through Oxford, where the college is, and it was scheduled to end on campus.
Okay.
So, and this was like some statue that's like 200 feet away from their basketball arena, and like at the same time. So this was something that got around the school, obviously, and people were being told like, don't go outside when this rally is going on, like all this kind of stuff. So these basketball players, they took their moment to bring the light to what was happening and to make a statement of like, we don't appreciate or want this happening on our campus, and we don't want this related to the image of our school. And obviously there was backlash, because whenever people kneel now, there's backlash. Apparently, like, some people in the arena booed them.
Right.
And then like I saw the AD guy was like, yeah, we've gotten way more emails being like hateful about it than being supportive. But I also think part of that is like
The way that people are.
I think the type of person who is likely to get angry about that is also the type of person who is likely to send a hateful email.
Yeah.
Whereas like me or you, who's like, oh, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to like, it doesn't really occur to us to be like, I'm going to email Mississippi State and be like, hey, good for them. It's just like,
Well, like outrage is more responsitory.
Yeah.
Is responsitory a word?
responsive.
I'm just going to come up with a word now. Responsitory.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
I get it.
But yeah. Like you're more likely to outcry when you're outraged about something than if you are on the same page with it. You know, like
I try to be really conscious about that stuff. And it's like,
do you mean like, what do you mean by conscious? Like informed?
No, well, sure, but I mean channeling outrage. Like if there's something that I don't like or I'm upset about, like for example, when they made the decision to make a Detective Pikachu movie instead of like an adventure movie, I was very mad about it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to like hop on Twitter and be like, fuck this. I'm mad.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm going to hop on anything and get mad about is Batman vs Superman, because it's trash. It's just complete and utter trash.
But that's like already after it already came out and you've taken it in.
Yeah, I went and saw it first.
Yeah.
And then I talked about how bad it was.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I don't think I actually like tweeted anything. And obviously we didn't have the podcast then.
Yeah.
But
that's something
there's a recording out there on I think our friend Paul's old phone of me talking for literally over an hour about how bad that movie is. Dude, I wish I had that recording.
Do you think Paul still has it?
No, I think he had a new phone and it didn't transfer over.
We could literally just like release that on
yeah.
the audio.
Yeah, we could have
on our feed.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some gems in there. Yeah. We'll do a Batman vs Superman episode one day, because I still have pent up rage inside of me. And I think like I don't get as mad now when I think about that movie, but I think if I watch it again, like I've forgotten enough of it.
If we did an episode like a spoiler episode for BVS, would you want to watch it again before we did?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. So you're okay
remember
with like putting yourself through it again?
If we were gonna do an episode, absolutely, because I need to be.
Then we'll record.
I need
immediately
to be.
After.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Immediately after. Like you don't have it ready.
That'd be sick.
Hop right over.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Like if you, what was the one where I was like at my most rageful? What spoiler episode was that? Oh, I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I had one where I was like,
Venom.
Oh, was it? No, was it Venom? I don't think it was.
I feel like Venom.
It might not have been a spoiler episode. It might have just been us talking about something in a regular episode.
At least from my point of view, I feel like the Venom episode, like it had the most discord, dude. So it just stuck in my mind.
Dude, you ain't not like you might also hate BVS, but like you ain't seen nothing yet from me until you see me go crazy over that movie. Anyway, we were talking about like a really serious matter about this kneeling thing.
About being conscious about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you were talking about how someone who's more likely to get angry and rage about something is more likely to then put it out in the world. And that's something I try to be conscious about, is not if I I don't want to, if I see a movie I don't like, I don't want to just bash it. It's just there's nothing productive about that.
Chris Hardwick talks about that.
Right,
about the trend of people hating something before it even comes out, before it even exists. Yeah, like it's like you just temper yourself a little bit. Like have some patience here and just.
Oh, I'm sure when the trailer drops for Episode 9 of Star Wars, millions of neckbeards around the world will start talking about how bad it is, because for some reason. Star Wars has turned into the most polarizing thing.
Has it ever not been?
I think there was a period before the prequels came out where it wasn't, for sure.
Yeah.
And then
Because
I think
it was only beloved.
yeah, it was just beloved.
But there was no, because there
At least
was
by-
people that hated the Ewoks.
That's nothing like what happens now.
You don't think so?
No, that wasn't. It didn't like bring out like rage out of people. People weren't hopping on Warwick Davis's. I don't know what you could do back. People weren't sending mail to Warwick Davis telling him to go kill himself because he played an Ewok. Like the girl who played Rose in the last Star Wars movie had to delete all her social medias because she couldn't
That's fucking
take
insane.
all the hatred that was being thrown at her. And
Right.
who knows how much Daisy Ridley gets and just smiles
Fuck
through
being
it.
famous, man.
Yeah.
Fuck being famous.
It's
Why
rough.
are we in LA? Fuck that. Jesus. I need to move to the Midwest and be a fucking welder.
You can make good money being a welder.
Yeah.
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 You got to be a welder.
But
That's the problem.
But I would also be depressed.
It sucked.
24/7.
One time my dad told me.
I would hate my fucking life.
One time my dad told me to be a welder. He was like, "Go to welding school.
Mhm.
Takes like 6 weeks or something, and you'd be a welder." I was like, "Yeah, but then," and he was like, "You make this much money," and blah. And I was like, "Yeah, but then I have to be a welder."
Mm-hmm.
That's like you gotta like the thing has to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not no. If you're a welder and you like it, good on you. You've got to find the thing you like.
I fucking wish that I had, but that I was like that. I wish that like I, was happy in the Navy because like I would
It's a
have,
great career path.
and I could have fucking retired at 42 or whatever,
Yeah.
and then been set for the rest of my life and fucking been good, you know.
But you would have had to
And
be in the Navy.
I was through the worst part of it.
Yeah,
You know, like I
that's true.
was through the first 6 years is like, a majority of the grunt work,
Mm-hmm.
like it's still gonna suck. I still had a lot of suck ahead of me.
I feel like you're like this close to just going on a rant. And I can't decide whether or not I
Doug.
want to pull it out of you or stop you from doing it.
There was so there's obviously like I'm not sure if this exists in like the Buffalo
In the
Wild
restaurant
Wings
world?
but there's like meme pages for the Navy.
Oh, yeah,
like
for sure.
And they're called like Decelerate Your Life. They have like cute little names like that.
Is
Because
Accelerate Your Life a Navy
Accelerate Your Life
catchphrase?
is like a Navy
Okay.
like commercial like
Yeah.
Accelerate Your Life.
Okay.
Like the Keith David kind of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Right. But like Decelerate Your Life is like one of the like the meme pages.
Okay.
I think another one is like shit your LPO says or something like that. But like just shit you see on Facebook of just making fun of, and it's usually run by enlisted people.
Okay.
I feel like because it's always kind of has that kind of that bias to it. It has that. But there was a meme that I saw that was like that said something, a quote that every fucking Navy person and probably every military person has ever heard in their life, but the phrase "embrace the suck." And I was like, I saw that meme and I was like, how many fucking times did I hear that quote? Those a semblance of words, that phrase.
Who are
In
the people
my
saying
life.
that to you?
Your
general.
higher ups, right? So your chief would be like, look, the next couple weeks we're leading up to LOA. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on the ship. We're going to be working late nights. We're going to be coming in early. Just
Embrace the suck.
embrace the suck.
Was anyone ever like petulant about it though?
What do you mean?
So like that person that you just played, the role you just portrayed, was he was empathetic about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that it sucked and he was just trying his best to relate to you and get you to know that he understood the plight.
Mm-hmm.
Was there ever anyone that was just like, no, you like just embrace the suck. Stop being a little bitch. Not that aggressive, but like someone who had like a sort of more like high and mighty thing about it.
I mean, I think there was definitely some. I don't think that anyone is ever that two dimensional about it. Is
True.
the thing. Like even the worst people that I met in the Navy, like the people that I'm like, I'm so glad that I don't work under you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people that I would get into fucking altercations with.
Physical altercations.
I've never gotten into a physical altercation. I've been
Fight.
grabbed before.
Fight. Really?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Is that just a thing? It just happens?
It's not supposed to. But it was never like it wasn't
never
people
crossed
grabbing me by my fucking collar.
No one ever lifted you up and pinned you to a
Nobody
wall.
ever fucking Darth Vadered me, you know. Fucking, but you know, like people like turning you around, whatever, right? Fucking. But even those people, like, they would have fucking certain times when you're like, who the fuck are you? You know, like, like you're not the same person that I was just talking to. Yeah.
I don't know how we ended up on that. Anyway.
Oh, we were talking about.
We're talking about the Mississippi State.
We were talking
players.
about. Well, you were talking about welding and our
how
lives.
How did we end up there?
Being famous.
We are. Yeah.
Before
okay.
being famous, we were talking about Star Wars.
We like
talking about
tangented.
outrage. We were talking about outrage.
No, that's yep. There you go.
Outrage led to
Okay.
Star Wars. Star Wars led to being famous. Being famous led to Navy.
And then you become a Sith Lord.
I became a Sith Lord?
The dark side embraces you. No, not you. I'm just saying like that. Never mind. You were doing that thing where it's like darkness leads to anger and anger leads like you know what I'm talking
You're
about.
saying I'm going to be corrupt. That's cool.
Not you. No, you were
What?
doing like a thing where you were just listing one thing leading to another, and the bit would. It's. I'm not gonna explain it. It's making it way worse. Ay ay ay. All right. Do you want to do shout outs?
Dude, I feel like let's go for another 2 hours. Let's have a fucking no. Let's not do that. Let's go to shadows.
What time is it?
It's 10:30.
It's 10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
I gotta go to bed in an hour and a half. I've been doing a good job of having a good bedtime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking Cody Garbrandt out here. I slammed
no
it.
love. I've been in bed every night by midnight. Do a little reading, fall asleep by 1.
I've been reading more, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's on your list of things to do more.
Yeah,
so
I'm probably
good work.
gonna shout out this book once I finish it.
I've
Because
been,
I'm doing a pretty good job of like by the time that I have to turn it back into the library. So I'll bring up that book.
Do they have time limits?
Huh?
Does the library have time limits?
It has like a due date that you have to turn your.
But you can always
That's
just
how
renew it.
You
can always just renew
you ever
it.
been to a library?
Yeah, but you can just renew it.
You ever
right?
been to a library?
You can just be like, "Hey, I'm still reading this." Like, right?
Yeah.
This is not like a real day you have to bring it back by. It's like kind of
Yeah, but I'm trying to encourage turnover
because you want to read more.
Because I want to read more, and like if
that's
I
good.
go out and get a new book, it makes me more excited to learn that new read that new book.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
I've been
like,
drawing.
So I'm like, oh, you've been drawing, huh?
Yeah,
I haven't gotten into it yet. I'm trying to like solidify.
I think I've drawn every day this week. Been trying. It's the cool thing about like we both want to learn how to draw and get better at drawing. But like the cool thing about drawing is like you can just be chilling. Like the other night I had the Heat game on and I just drew while I was watching the Heat game.
Right.
It's like an easy thing to do while you're doing other things. So that's cool.
for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm trying to baby step my way into my 5 disciplines that I'm trying to get better at.
Hard.
Yeah, fucking
Drawing
drawing.
is hard,
Duh, dude.
dude.
Fucking duh.
It's like you could look at like a beautiful drawing,
Uh-huh.
a great drawing, and just it's so simple to just, like scrolling through your Twitter feed, see a drawing, you just keep scrolling. It's just there and gone. You know what I
Right.
mean? And the amount of work and effort and time and
The thing that you're looking at might have taken like fucking 15 hours.
Maybe it took 15 hours, maybe it took 2 hours, but also took an entire lifetime of practice. It's just crazy. Like these. Probably.
I don't think.
Actually, they might just be pictures. This one's not. There's weird shit on it.
Well, no, I think what they did was they took already existing pictures
and then
of
did art on them.
Hepburn and Dean over here.
Yeah.
Hepburn and Dean. That sounds like a.
It sounds like a
detective
sitcom or something.
novel. Sounds like a detective novel. Yeah, and then I think they superimposed drawings on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to baby step my way into these disciplines.
Disciplines are read more, write more, learn keyboard, learn to draw, and what was the last one?
Sacre bleu.
Oh, French. That's right. You want to learn French.
Yeah.
So what do you mean you're baby stepping your way in?
So
What does
like
that mean?
I have a habit of like, oh, like I'm
obsess
gonna,
over things.
I'm gonna
You
do
dive
this,
in,
and then fucking
You do something for a week and then you stop doing it.
that compartmentalization that I've talked about before, and like I'm trying to establish habits now. Like I'm trying to, and in doing that, you can't just tackle all of them at once. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna. have the baseline of college. I'm going to understand, like I'm going to get used to the habit of college, always going to class,
school, doing my
studying,
homework,
right,
studying, yeah.
Right. And doing all my readings and shit. Right. And then, step onto that, you know what I mean? Like fucking, okay, now I'm going to write a little bit more. Okay.
And not just writing for school.
Yeah, exactly.
Which can be kind of a little bit tougher now because time you would maybe have spent writing before now is going towards school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, just baby stepping into it, fucking trying to establish habits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's tough. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just focus on one thing. Maybe I should just.
I mean, there's definitely.
But I know that I can devote at least 1 hour of these things. Like a week.
For sure, a week. Yeah, but then it becomes like, how quickly can you advance drawing or realistically to learn piano? You should be an hour a day.
Right.
Realistically.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both have a thing where we have
that's also part
too
of
many interests to put that much time into each thing every day, right?
Yeah, but I also think that they influence each other. That was the thing. Like, I feel like, dude, I'm a firm believer and proponent of things influencing each other, and I don't think that art specifically, like I think that. You know how like after you get out of high school, you start to realize that like the reason that you took math wasn't to learn the math itself, but it was like rewiring your brain, like it's because of the way that your brain thinks while you're doing math instead of the actual math that you're learning.
Huh?
You never thought about that before?
No, I don't even know what you just said.
Okay. All right. So like You've been in math classes before where you're like, everyone is like, well, why the fuck are we learning this?
Yeah, when are we ever going to use this in life?
But the reason that you're doing it, or at least the way that I think about it, I mean, I'm not sure if every math teacher believes this or not, but like I believe that fucking the way that it leads to logical thinking, the way that it leads to rationalization, the way that I feel like it maps your brain.
I think those are things that you should be learning that you don't in school. I think learning to learn is an actual thing that you don't learn in school.
I agree, but I believe that doing the math itself, I believe that it fosters a certain kind of brain, especially like in development, right?
Okay.
And it leads to a better mind, right? Even though like the actual practice of it, right? Even if you're not going to be better at that thing, the actual practice of it leads to a better mind. It leads to a healthier mind.
Okay.
And I believe that like the disciplines that I'm talking about, right? Like reading, writing, music, language. Mm-hmm. I believe that fosters intelligent mind. I think,
sure, absolutely. Those are kind of like
even
academic things.
So even
music to a degree is an academic. It's kind of half and half. There's the theory side of music, and then there's the performance side of music that's completely different. But you need to at least understand and learn the basics of the theory side before you can do anything in the creative side.
But like learning music and learning how to play a piano, right, isn't just about like me being able to walk into a room and
But it'd be cool.
Obviously that's cool, but like that's the very superficial side of it, right? Like the coolest part about it is like, okay, how is this going to help me be a better person, right? Because obviously even outside of being smarter, right, but exercising a discipline just makes you a better person.
Yeah.
Like me fucking working on wrestling for fucking an hour and a half a day, and going through the trudge of fucking hating wrestling and fucking pushing myself through it just consistently and putting and inciting conflict onto myself. It makes you a better person. Adversity, can do that to a person. But I said person a lot and just a few sentences, but yeah, like I don't know. I just want to foster change for myself.
That's good.
Shout outs.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to shout outs.
Do you want to go first? You said you wanted to shout something?
You
said when you're done with something, you want to shout it out.
Yeah,
but you do have something.
I was
for
talking
now.
about a book. I was talking about
but that's not this.
Once I finish this book in a couple weeks, I mean, it's probably going to be not in the next one, but the one after that. My shout out is an app.
Okay.
It's a super niche app. The majority of people that probably listen to this aren't never going to use.
But some people might.
Maybe. And even if like somebody who is who could use it, you could recommend it to him. It's an app called Rehearsal. You can find it on the fucking Google App Store or Apple App Store or whatever the fuck.
We're all fine apps are sold.
Find an app. Find yeah. Rehearsal is pretty self-explanatory, but an app that helps you run through lines. And it's something that I've been using.
Wait, is this that thing where you recorded yourself saying something and then you heard me laugh in the background the other night and you played it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, this app. It works in accordance, I
think accordance was right.
I don't know if accordance. It works in
congruence.
It works with the Adobe. It works with the Adobe Scan app. The Adobe Scan app, right? Which I don't know if you've ever used it before. I've never
heard of it.
Okay, so like literally, fucking, just like you scan a fucking any kind of document with a fucking printer, you could just.
With your
take
phone?
a picture with your phone, right? But it doesn't come out as a picture. It looks like you just fucking put it through a scanner.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
insane.
That's cool.
But you can take a script or screenplay, teleplay, whatever you're fucking working on, right? Put it through the Adobe Scan app, share it to this Rehearsal app, and this Rehearsal app will bring it in. You can go scene by scene, highlight things, make notes about things, record yourself doing the lines, doing your whoever you're supposed to be playing off's lines, doing your own lines, right? And it kind of like walks you through the process of you being able to learn your lines, and it lets you. This seems like really stupid, but like it lets you listen to things on repeat without like.
Just like on a loop?
Yeah, on a loop.
Okay.
So like you can listen to a scene over and over, and like you'll hear at the beginning of the scene it goes boop boop boop, and then it'll go to your audio of fucking learning your own lines. And I'm pretty sure you can also send in a script to the Rehearsal people, and they'll have people read it for you. It's pretty crazy.
Cool. Wow.
But the bad part about it, I would say it's a kind of an expensive app. It's like $20.
Oh wow.
So. That's kind of the biggest downside, but I would say it's worth every penny.
Learning lines is something that you were struggling with and had a hard time with.
Yeah.
Is it helping you so far?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've only been using it for not even a week, maybe 4 days. And I've been using it exclusively for the project that I was shooting this weekend. And I had 36 lines. In this specific project, we went through maybe half of those lines this weekend. I'm already caught up on all of the lines. I already know all of my lines because I'm doing another shoot next weekend. I already know them, and it is by far like the memory part of remembering lines, like you saw when me doing my fucking stand-up act. I have a bad memory for things. I have a bad memory for things. And yeah, it for sure fucking helped. Being able to hear myself, being able to fucking make notes and have it on my phone instead of just having a physical copy. I feel like there's definite benefits of having a physical copy as well, but it's just another thing that can help you. So the Rehearsal app.
Rehearsal app.
Yeah.
Now, do you need the Adobe Scan app to also use that?
Yeah, but the Adobe Scan app is free,
okay,
so you could
cool.
just download it.
All right, what's mine going to be? Let me look at my little list here. Oh, okay. I'm going to shout out an Instagram follow.
Oh, that's...
What?
You're always so creative with your shout outs, dude. Like, you do way more work in this podcast than I do. I just kind of show up.
I just have a list of things that I think are cool. I've got an app on here. You're going to laugh when I use it. I'm going to save it because you're going to be like, this dude's an idiot.
Okay.
I would use it anyway. I think I've showed you this dude before on Instagram. I think you follow him because I showed him you. I don't know if this is how you pronounce it, but it's Lucan or Lucin outs. It's one word.
Oh, is this the
LUC
photographer that does
yes.
like highly?
So okay, let me spell it so people can follow him.
Gotcha.
LUCANOUTTS. One word. Lucin or Lucan outs. This is a dude from Canada who is a photographer, but he does edits on his photography that are really fucking cool. He does he mostly does like cityscape stuff where he'll take pictures from outside of the cities where you see the whole skyline and stuff like that, or he'll be like in the city and find really just cool stuff. I mean, there's just endless difference of things you can find when you're walking around the city taking pictures. And he does these really crazy edits. And he does a lot of like pinks and blues. A lot of the times he does really,
it's very saturated.
yeah, very saturated edits of his photos. And it's just they're really cool. And I think he's really good at it. I think when I scroll through Instagram, I probably like his pictures more than I like anybody else's.
It's the kind of
pictures.
shit that like makes you think of like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
but
exactly. That's what I think of is like sci-fi,
but it's
modern
real world. Like it's not like he's like photoshopping anything. Or,
yeah.
I mean, he's not.
He is, but it's real stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel fake in any way.
Yeah, he's taking a real thing and fucking aggrandizing it.
Yeah,
like he's not fucking like adding in things that don't exist.
There's no like he's not like I'm gonna put a spaceship in here or something. No, it's not. Here's a picture of the street and it was raining.
Yeah.
And then I put these new colors on it and it's just very cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
So hit him up, follow him on Instagram if you just like I don't know. I feel like people maybe use Instagram for different reasons. I like being able to scroll through Instagram and just see like cool pictures. Yeah. I just think like I follow like world pics, just see cool pictures of waterfalls and stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
So Lucan Outs and the rehearsal app, which you also would need the Adobe Scan app to use, but it's free.
I feel like this episode is like taking a lot out of me. Like I feel like okay, so like every episode that I go into, right? Like I'm afterwards, like when I'm like, man, like I'm kind of embarrassed about this episode, and like, but like in a good way, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I was like vulnerable, you know? Okay, like and a lot of times I'm like, if I'm not slightly embarrassed about the episode, I'm not doing my job, you know? Because like you have to like put yourself out there in order for it to be interesting.
What if I never feel that way? Am I not doing this right?
Well, I just think that obviously that you're really cold-hearted.
Yeah,
I think that
for sure.
I think that you're a sociopath.
Yes, I certainly
but that's
am.
known. It is known.
Like I don't know. Like I think I say something dumb sometimes, but usually I think it's funny when I say something dumb. Like this week we found out that in my subconscious, I apparently think llamas and camels are the same thing.
Yeah.
A friend was like a few episodes behind, and he pointed out the holy llama joke, and I said I basically heavily implied that llamas are from the Middle East, and that's clearly not true. Yeah. They're from South America. Yeah. And in my brain, I literally was envisioning a camel.
But you don't really have like a lot of shame though, right? Like you're not really like a shameful person.
Nah.
You're just like a guilty person, right?
Catholic guilt, baby. Yeah.
I
don't know. Like I don't mind making a fool of myself. I never have.
Oh, dude, now I'm thinking about the book that I'm fucking reading right now.
Oh yeah.
And I want to talk. I want to wait until I finish this book in order to talk to you more about it, because like there was some really interesting. So the book that I'm reading is called Willpower.
Oh, because we made the Green Lantern joke about it being about overcoming your fear and how fear is the opposite of will, and you need to not be afraid to have will. Green Lantern, baby, horrible movie. Yeah. Yo, Ryan Reynolds has come so far since then.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to talk about a lot of shit from that book. It's pretty interesting.
Like, that could have killed him. That could have killed his career.
Green Lantern?
Yeah. He bounced back strong. Mm-hmm. Good work, Ryan.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Mm-hmm. My buddy Ryan. Buddy Ryan's a real person. Oh, God. I'm putting myself in a loop.
Yeah, anyway. Dude, you're fucking looping hard. It's like you're on fucking shrooms.
What if I was? What if this whole time I'd been on shrooms and you just like called it?
That'd be kind of weird.
That'd be the worst. Be the worst tripper ever.
I'd be surprised, but so proud. I'd be like, what?
Be like, but like, if this was how I was when I was tripping, that'd be so lame.
I don't know. So part of me is like, obviously that's what he's gonna be like. You know what I mean? Because like
I'm just being myself.
But like when you drink, like you're not fucking. You don't change at all.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
I just don't get drunk very often. It just takes. I'm a big dude. I'm a big dude.
I feel like when you got drunk, you just started throwing up. Like that was like the whole.
Well, that was that one time. Yeah.
Dog, you were literally playing Madden while you were drunk.
That was intended. That was on purpose.
There was nothing.
No,
different
that
about
was it.
That.
Listen, that was a thing because like Mike was like, "Yo, I want to know how good you are while you're drunk because it's like a muscle memory thing because I've played so much Madden 11 specifically. I still play it.
Yeah.
So it was like we have to see how good he is when he's drunk. And I said the lineup. I was like, I'm letting Peyton Manning down, which I think is pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I would just be. Well, that would be pointless though. Like if I was just the same, but like maybe turned up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like if I was on shrooms or something, it was just like, oh, you're just you, but you're just like
a little more you.
Yeah. Like I think if I get drunk, I'm
you.
just a little louder, which I'm already pretty loud. But
oh yeah, never drink, dude.
I don't.
We need the opposite. We need the opposite.
I very rarely drink.
Look, it's an intervention. Stop drinking, dude. I know that you're a functional alcoholic.
Yo,
you get
that one time every 4 to 6 months that I drink, I gotta cut it out.
Yeah,
got to.
Too much, dude.
It's too much, dude. I'm killing my liver. All right, I'm wrapping this up because we're just being weird now.
Actually, you might be killing your liver. Like, do you?
I drink a lot of sweet tea.
Do you still drink a lot of sweet tea? Dude, my sweet tea intake has gone down at least 2,000%.
Obviously, cannot drink as much sweet tea living out here because no one
freaking
has it.
You see what I just did right there?
You said 2,000%.
You tried to wrap this shit, and I fucking segued it into another conversation.
Are you trying to like entrap me in the podcast?
I'm out here fucking. I'm out here weaving webs. I'm fucking Charlotte.
Listen, I'm going to talk about the sweet tea thing because it's something I'm passionate about. I love sweet tea.
Yeah,
but no one freaking has it around here.
A self-labeled sweet tea connoisseur.
That used to be in my Twitter handle. My Twitter handle also used to just say pervert. That was it. It just said Kyle Wiswell, pervert. All because someone said I wouldn't do it. And I was like, why wouldn't, again, the shame thing, I guess. I was like, why wouldn't I do that? That's stupid. And so I did, and then I forgot it was there, and it was just like that for like 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, sweet tea is delicious. I really enjoy it, but almost everywhere you go around here, I can only basically get it from Chick-fil-A. Yeah. My one true love, my savior. I went somewhere after work the other night because I was just super hungry, and I was like, they had sweet tea. I was like, you have sweet tea? They're like, yeah. They gave me sweet tea. And I drank it, and I was like,
nope. Because that's the thing. Like, okay, so like a majority of places that normally would have it, like where we're from, don't have it. Buffalo Wild Wings is a good example, right? And even when they do have it, it's not usually shitty.
It's not good. Yeah, not good. It's like good for those people that like half sweet, half unsweet tea. They would love it. But for the people who love sweet tea, pour some sugar on me, put it in my tea. Anyway, unless you can find another web to spin, I'm going to wrap it. Because we did our shout outs a while ago.
Yeah. This is the most time that we've spent post shout out on an episode. I kind of like it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I want to get to the point where like we do our shout outs and then do like another 2 hours after it.
Why?
Dog, it's my job here is to incite chaos.
Wait, is that it? Do we have roles I don't know about?
Yeah. You're the structure and I'm the fire.
How did I end up being the structure? I was the one who said not to have structure.
Well, you're the play-by-play.
Oh, okay. You're the color commentator?
Yeah, and I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, check out the rehearsal app.
You're Chuck Norris. I'm Bruce Lee.
What? What? No, that's like insulting.
No, you're Harrier. What? It makes sense.
What? Stop. Just stop. You don't get to be Bruce Lee and you make me Chuck Norris.
Dog, what was wrong with Chuck Norris?
Bruce Lee's just way better.
Yeah,
He's
but
so
Chuck
much
Norris
cooler.
is way more memeable.
That's not helping. Find this idiot on chrismichaelstott.com if you think these thoughts are interesting. Find the ones in his scripts.
So did you see my mom's comment on hey mom, love you.
Hi mom.
If you're listening or watching this podcast, hey mom, love you. She commented on one of the YouTube videos. She said, "Don't change your name. I love it." Like, well, obviously, mom. Obviously, mom, you're gonna love my name. It's your name.
You gave it to me.
Dog, it is so exhausting. Fucking this
Correcting people from saying
this
Scott?
Okay, so like not so on top of just the annoying like people being like, oh, like your name is Scott, right? Like on top of that, like it like functionally fucks shit up because like my fucking Gmail that I give out, like my acting Gmail is chrismichaelstott@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Right. And people will put Chris Michael Scott at gmail.com.
Why don't you just every time you say it, say Stott with a T?
Dog, I write it down. They get shit like my email from fucking Backstage and shit, and we'll still get it wrong. It's really annoying.
That's
like
weird.
I've missed fucking getting call sheets and shit because of it. Like revised scripts from it. It's really annoying.
Just
So-
do the easy thing and change your name to like, I don't know, Daniels.
But here's the other thing, right? So like I feel like my name, the way that I've established my stage name now, right, is like led to my being, you know, my ness being fucking ingrained in people's minds.
Because they have to correct it?
No, because they think of fucking The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
obviously Chris Michael Scott.
Yeah, Michael Scott.
Chris Michael Scott. They think that it's Chris Michael Scott. Right? Yeah, so like I'm like, if I change my name, I still have the same thing, you know. So I gotta be like, it's something that sticks inside your mind, you know, it just invades your brain and just. So I gotta be like Chris Bootylicious, or Chris Beluga.
ChrisMichaelStott.com, his website. Read his scripts. Chris Michael Stott on Instagram. I'm Davinwell25, Twitter and Instagram. The show, the Chris and Kyle Show, on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and anywhere you can find a good podcast app. Like, share, rate, review that stuff. Do all the good stuff that helps. Find the show on Twitter, tcaks Pod. We don't have a pull up yet, but we're gonna have a pull up for later this month to send us to the movie theater. I don't know why I just talked like that. You're giving me a look like you're about to ensue some more chaos, and I just.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
You are
extending this as long as.
Yeah.
What if someone? Okay, so what if someone's driving right now, right, and they have like, you know, an extra 15 minutes? And they're like, man, you know.
When
like,
you say driving
silence.
right now, you mean in the future when they're listening to this.
Yeah, obviously.
But they're present.
Yeah.
But what if someone's driving right now and they just pulled into their driveway and they're like, wow, that was perfect timing.
And they're like, oh fuck, you know, like
Now I got to sit in my car until they're done.
Yeah, and this asshole just keeps fucking extending it.
Yeah. Yeah. We out.
Son of a bitch. We out. Stay weird.